National Tire Brokers in Defuniak Springs has the largest inventory of tires in Northwest Florida and South Alabama. Michelin, Goodyear, Toyo, Kumho, BF Goodrich, Cooper, and much more. Check out their low prices on quality products and services. Established in May of 1976, National Tire Brokers' reputable staff of trained professionals has given their clients the safe, dependable performance with their premium tires. No local dealer stocks more RV and truck tires than National Tire Brokers. No one. Quick, convenient, courteous service. That's National Tire Brokers, your truck tire headquarters, Highway 90 West, Defuniak Springs.
In the third set, got back a little late from that break, so our apologies, and Walton gets a little tap kill for the point. It's now 19-11. Braves 6 away from their 7th win of the year. That one goes wide. 19-12. Dogs hanging around, but they need a run here to keep this going. Taps the net. Braves kept that going, but it's a lift. Nice try, but that got lifted. There's that Chavez serving. Kept it going. It wasn't easy, and Runge didn't quite catch enough of that one. 19-14. Dogs creep a little closer. Down 5. That one is long. Bad time. The Dogs' 5th service error of the game. It is now 20-14. And the Braves give it right back with one into the net. 20-15. Braves haven't been as sharp since the first set, but to this point hasn't hurt them because they still lead by 5. Give the Dogs an opening. That's going to be tough. They play it back, and it's 2016. Tell the Walton fans a little nervous because they've seen this before. Hell, I've seen this before. Heck, it's happened quite a bit. It's going the other way sometimes as well, but Freeport has seemed to have a little better of it. It's going to be a misplay by the Dogs. That one hurt. That was kind of set up to work well. Mishandled that one a bit. Braves holding that 5-point lead at 21-16. Good serve. Good dig, good save. Thing going well. Drake took something off. Play it back into the midcourt. Dogs cross court. Good job. Drake will float over. Runge drills it right down the middle. It's a good dig by the Dogs. Just long. Just barely. 22-16. Braves have got pretty good court awareness about the depth tonight. One or two calls by the chair or the side that might have been a little iffy, but if so, it's probably worked to Walton's advantage. And that's long. Braves having a little bit of service problems. 4 serve errors in this set. And on the night, they've got 9. So a little more than you would like, but of course you'd like every serve to be in. That's a good one. Make the sport easy. 22-17, still holding that 5-point lead. Dogs going to make a run. It's got to come in the next few points. Otherwise, it's going to be sayonara Bulldogs, and that's going to help. That one floated way too far, and it's 22-18. Again, this is the second week of the regular season. We will see them at the very end of the regular season in Freeport, which is a very difficult place usually for the Braves to win. But a lot of hang time on that return. Set it up, and that's how you kill it. Yeah, that was pretty well done. Anna Herrera, the sophomore. (23-18). And it's 24-18. Braves trying to finish the match off here. It is match point. 24-18, and there it is. An ace from Riley Council finishes it out. And the Lady Braves win 25-18 in straight sets. So a very nice job done by Walton tonight. They dominated the match for the most part. Braves move to 7-1 on the season with that victory. 25-11, 17 and 18 to go to 7-1. That's about as nice a start as you could ask for, only losing to Liberty County, who was the district champion in District 4 that Freeport lost to end their season in the first round of the state playoffs last year. But an exciting match. At least if you're a Walton fan, it was an exciting match. These two teams, though, will see each other again coming up after this contest. The first time showing will be the South Walton football game live here on TV 24. We'll have Saturday Sports Line at 9 a.m. recapping all the football action around the Panhandle, talking about volleyball for Walton, Freeport, and South Walton, and taking a look at what's on the calendar for the next week. Athletic events really kick off this week. Start getting cross country and golf and some of the other sports as we start to edge past Labor Day over this next week. It should be fun to get back into the swing of things athletically. So the Braves win it 25-18, game of the week number 2, played on this August 27th, 2018. I want to thank Emily and Jillian Casey, my daughters, for running the camera. I'm Patrick Casey. We will see you next time for another high school volleyball game of the week. You've been watching Hometown Television, TV 24 in Defuniak Springs.
So should be pretty close to ready to rock and roll there.
I like having all this room here.
I know, isn't it nice? I'll tell you, you get spoiled.
Yep.
Get spoiled.
Mojo Sportswear Company. Fishing with style at a fine retailer near you or at getyourmojoon.com.
Hi, I'm Joel Glenn and my wife Paula. We are with Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport. For more than 85 years, Walton County families have relied on the trust, experience, and professional skill of more than 2 generations of funeral directors to help them through life's final chapter. We know that nothing can replace the trust and personal relationships we build with a family. Established in 1931, Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office, 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Need tires? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need brakes? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need shocks, an alignment, or balance? You're going to go to National Tire Brokers. Fast, friendly, and affordable. We are a complete auto service center and carry brand name tires such as Michelin, Toyo, Goodyear, Kumho, and Kelly. National Tire Brokers, located on U.S. Highway 90 West in Defuniak Springs, Florida. Call us today at
Bass Style Shop welcomes you to Countdown to Kickoff, which is our pregame show for the Walton High School Braves, the 2018 regular season opener for Walton and our home opener, and for the Seahawks, their first road game of the season after playing against the Arnold Marlins last week. I'm Patrick Casey, along with fellow Walton class of '87 graduate Neil Reimers. The Braves return home after a rough 49-0 defeat on the road to the Mosley Dolphins. It was South Walton who played Arnold. To the Mosley Dolphins on a Thursday night this past week. They come back home hoping to regroup and get the offense going. Only time will tell. Braves have some injuries. We'll go over that a little bit later in the show. Seahawks do as well, so both already missing some personnel as we head into week number 2 of the regular season. And Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by Bass Style Shop, located at 858 Baldwin Avenue in Defuniak Springs. They are open from 8 to 5 Tuesday through Friday and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. For your beauty, cosmetic, and personal care needs, stop by to visit their location uptown or call 892-5389. That's Connie Strickland and her gang. They can take care of all of your hair care needs, and they have been a long-time sponsor of the pregame show over the years, and this is my 27th year, as well as Neil Reimers, of calling games, the 29th overall year for football, Walton football on TV 24. Back in 1990, Norm Davis started doing the games that first year or two, 1991, as Neil and I were finishing up at Florida State. We joined the crew at the beginning of the 92 season when Walton traveled to Baker. That was our first ever game. And Neil, in some ways, it seems like yesterday, but in other ways, boy, when you think back that was 26 seasons ago, it's hard to believe we've been doing this that long.
Yeah, absolutely. And the part that really gets scary is when you think about that, those players that were on the field, those seniors, are in their mid-40s now.
Yes. And,
So-
assistant coach Shelby Truitt was one of the ones the first couple of years we did games who played on this very field, and his son, we just saw Coleman Truitt a couple of years ago, graduate as well. So, Neil, we're on our way to like the third generation of players here. So,
Yeah, just about. Though my two boys, though, they're still a little bit young yet, so they got a few years yet before they could play on a team.
yeah, hopefully we'll still be around doing this for a few more years. And this game is live on TV 24 as well as our Facebook feed. We actually, in this brand new press box, got the Ethernet connection going. So instead of using the wireless signal that we use, which we have to for the road games, like last week at Mosley, we're actually wired into the school district's internet, and hopefully the quality will be strong for you from the press box to our station. From there out, we hope so as well. But if you can't make it to the game, and we do invite you to come on out and support these fine athletes, the band, the cheerleaders, etc., support your local community, because all that money does funnel back into those programs. We'll see what kind of crowd South Walton brings tonight. There's not a lot of people in the visiting stands, but there's still 24 minutes to go, and literally you could leave South Walton and be here probably right at kickoff if you're right around the high school area without too many problems. Neil, we do want to mention some of the home items we'd like to get out of the way, but how about this one? 196 season tickets Walton sells every year. This year, for the 15th year in a row, all 196 tickets, which I think were $40 a piece, sold out for the 15th straight year. That's great commitment to a program. That's probably $7,500 that goes into the coffers right there.
Yeah, so that's a great job with all the people from around supporting this Braves team. And it is a young team that they're fielding this year, but I got to really admit they got a lot of spirit, and so do the fans.
So we appreciate all of the Walton supporters that help sponsor the games for us here at the station, as well as those who support the program in and of itself. And I know sometimes people say, well, there's a lot of empty seats up there. That sometimes is true. Weather has a lot to do with that at times. Sometimes it falls the same week as fair week, so people choose to go to the fair instead of necessarily to the football game. But they've already paid their money to support the program, so yes, we want them all to come. They'll be here for homecoming, we know. But, those folks and those empty seats, though, were paid for, so they've shown their support in several ways. The program, the Warpath, is on sale at the gate for $1. Ken Jackson, Donna Jackson put that together every year. I do the Media Day photos for the program as well as for our football tab, which was in last week's Defuniak Herald. And, of course, the Herald, we try to run the box scores and game reports, photos of every game involving Freeport, South Walton, and Walton. And, of course, this week we catch a break. South Walton won't play each other. Freeport opens with Pike Liberal Arts after not playing Vernon last week. They're in their season opener, which Blake McCormick is covering for the Herald. He will hopefully send us some scores from that game as well. And, Neil, we hope that after last week, the two Walton County teams that played both lost pretty badly. South Walton lost 43-9 to Arnold. That we know one's getting a win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way I look at it is, for both teams, it was a bit of a mismatch last week, so you can't really take away a lot from what happened. This week is really the true beginning of the season for these two teams, because very similar size schools. They're not that much different in student population. So whoever wins this game tonight is going to have a little bit of a leg up on trying to position themselves for a playoff spot. Now, the playoff system, it's region-wide, so even winning all your local games doesn't necessarily mean you're going to line up and to end up in a playoff position, since what they're ending up doing, I believe they're taking the top 4 this year?
6. No, they went to 6. They didn't make enough money last year, so they added an extra round of games, which I think we calculated up that you would have 2 extra games per region, so it winds up somewhere around 32 more games this year in the playoffs that they can charge for. So that's the state. It kind of panicked, I think, when it didn't make as much money, especially in Class 1 through 4A, as they wanted. So they went ahead and said, now the top 6 teams, which, say, for instance, in Freeport's region, there's only 9. So you're playing the regular season to eliminate 3 teams.
Yep, so 6 out of 9 teams of the region are going to make the playoffs. For the Braves, I believe it's 6 out of 11. Is that correct?
That is correct. So for Walton, it's a little harder, but still more than 50% of Walton's region, which includes South Walton, will make the playoffs. Let's I hate to interrupt you there, Neil, but let's step aside for our first commercial break as we get ready to present the colors and have the national anthem over the next 10 minutes. You're watching the Bass Style Shop Countdown to Kickoff show. We'll be back after this 2-minute commercial break along TV 24's lines. Back in a moment on TV 24.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less, at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
People you know, community people. When it comes to serving your financial needs, your original hometown Walton County Teachers Federal Credit Union is made up of people you know. We serve anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Walton County. There's free checking, online banking, Visa, debit, and credit cards. Trust people you know. the Walton County Teachers Federal Credit Union.
Not only does AA Auto Salvage and Recycling have the largest selection of used auto parts in Walton County, we are also a full-service recycling facility. We pay top dollar for junk cars, trucks, and all types of scrap metal. AA Auto Salvage and Recycling is family-owned and operated and has been in business since 1988. Give us a chance to earn your business. Come see us today.
We're excited to announce the move to our new, much larger store location at 512 North 9th Street, Defuniak Springs, Florida, across the street from Barley's Military Surplus Store and about 3 blocks north of our old store location. Please come see our new store and learn about our plans to expand our operation to include a consignment mall and much more. If you're coming from out of town, it is worth the drive. Come see us soon. It will be a blast.
Segment of our countdown to kickoff show, and the junior ROTC to present the colors. Getting ready to show you a look at the schedules for our 3 area teams. Neil, last week, one of the things that we saw, kind of like college football's opening week or Thursday night, was surely like that. I watched some of the games that they offered to us for the very first, start of this weekend, but there were just a lot of massacres last week at the high school level, led by that 68-0 win by Crestview over Bay. How good must Crestview be this year?
Well, Crestview has been improving. One thing is that in the last 20 years, their population has been steadily growing. I remember back in our day when we were in high school that Crestview and Walton weren't that much different in size as far as student population. Crestview may have had maybe a couple hundred more at most than Walton High School, so it was at least they were on a competitive footing. Now, they're totally different classes. Crestview is now the biggest school in this area.
Getting ready to do the national anthem, and I'm going to stick the headset out so we can hear the Walton High Band play it. Walton High Band playing the national anthem, and as the color guard ROTC works their way off the field, we're going to hit the schedules quickly. Neil, of course, last week, not much to talk about there. Braves had only 98 yards of total offense. Tonight, they host South Walton, a team that also struggled. And next week, we will be at the Mike Catholic Sports Complex at Panama City Arnold. I got to see the Arnold-South Walton game, and Neil, Arnold hasn't changed. Very good defensively. They put up 43 points on South Walton, but the Seahawks had 6 turnovers. And we always talk about, turnovers are always one of the keys to the game. Braves only had 1 in their 49-0 loss, gave it away 1 time. That was late in the game on that one of the few drives Walton made into Mosley territory. I don't think we can stress it really, anymore. That's going to be a huge thing tonight, is the turnover battle, and you just really can't predict who's going to have the worst end of that. Sometimes it's even,
Well, I've seen Walton now twice, once in the kickoff classic against Holmes County and last week against Mosley. And South Walton, we're going to be seeing Absolutely, they're going to be running the wing T offense unless Coach Moore really pulls something wild out tonight. So that is a very conservative offense. You will probably have less turnovers with that particular offense. So that means for South Walton, a lot of their game planning is going to be on the front four of their defense, or really the front seven, playing disciplined defense in order to be able to not let Walton get big runs.
Let's talk about the players who won't play tonight, Neil, and there were some injuries last week. Number 44, Mike Kent, out for tonight. Running back number 30, Brian Campbell, out for tonight, and both of the Reeves out. Number 72, Preston Reeves, along that offensive line, and number 82, the tight end, Braden Reeves. So, Neil, that's 3 offensive starters, and Campbell played in the secondary as well, so you're almost really missing 5 when you really talk about it overall. So
5 out of the 22 spots.
Yeah, so some JV promotions. I think even you saw a few on the lineup when you checked, moving up a little bit to play in this one. And then we'll get to South Walton in just a second. Let's do our quick little pass to Freeport. Pike Liberal Arts tonight. Neil, next week they play again at home against Holmes County, but whereas Walton has owned Holmes County most of the series, it's going the other way. Freeport's only won 5 of 17 games against Holmes County. So they're playing a decent team tonight, and you and I saw Holmes County in person. Freeport is going to be the underdog despite being at home next week.
I would definitely say so, because Holmes County, they played a pretty good ball game against the Walton Braves. So that's going to be a tough game for the Bulldogs.
And then they come here 2 weeks from tonight, so we'll be hosting Freeport, which the Braves are likely to be favored in that one. Then they go to Graceville, host Snook Christian. I think that's Freeport's best chance at a couple of wins, although I think they can give Walton a game here, but they've never won on this field in the regular season, so the history doesn't support that. Then it gets tough. Chipley, who beat Mariana, Bozeman, who throttled Liberty County, Jay, who didn't win, but the Bulldogs struggle in Jay most years, and then a Northview team that it's still kind of too early to tell. They beat that Lighthouse Private Christian Academy that's moving into the Christian League next year, so they won't even be playing, I don't think, any more of the the regular public schools next season. So Northview will get a little more read on them, and we'll, of course, talk a lot more about Freeport 2 weeks from now when they come up here. Let's go to South Walton on their side. Lost to Arnold last week, 43-9. Neil, story for them: turnovers. And they've got to get play out of Drake Roberts, who wears number 4. He's the junior starting quarterback, but last week, Neil, pretty rough start to the season. 5 interceptions he threw in that ball game.
Yeah, and unless South Walton has really changed things, they are a pass-first offense. And
yes.
So that, like you say, if he's having accuracy issues or under a lot of pressure and just throwing it up for grabs, that could make things real long for South Walton.
And Neil, the players for them that will not play tonight include starting running back number 26, Emerson Inestroza. He also played on defense as kind of a linebacker. He is out tonight, so he will not play. Elias Foreman, number 5, he won't go tonight. He didn't play last week. Luke Ruckus has been injured, number 28. He is not expected to play. A lot of moving around, and one of the reasons we're going to give you starting lineups by picking them out. I was going to program them in, but there were so many players missing that it just wasn't going to be accurate enough to be able to do so. So we'll try to pick them out on a per-play basis, and sometimes we get behind on that, but we'll do our best to try to do so. Neil, on the schedule, South Walton, to me, has the toughest schedule. Walton played the toughest opponent in Mosley, I think, last week that all 3 teams have. But look at South Walton. Arnold, that's a team they've never beaten. They're 0-5 after losing last week. They have won 2 in a row on Walton, and we'll talk about that matchup in a moment. Northview on the road, you and I know that's not an easy place to go and get a win. Come home for Mariana. Last year's the first time they ever played them in Mariana. They didn't do real well, but it'll be home this year, and Mariana lost to Chipley. So maybe
it could be a down year for Mariana.
They'll be favored against Snook Christian, because Snook got beat 63-0 last week by somebody, so that's not a good sign. How about this stretch, Neil? North Florida Christian, Baker, and at Port St. Joe. Yep. Holy moly.
Yep, and then Panama City Rutherford, they're improved, too, so that you can't take them for granted.
Well, again, they beat a Bay team 31-16 that got beat 68-0. So, that's actually, I take it the other way around. Bay beat Rutherford, but Rutherford, again, Bay lost by 68 points. So Bay will beat Rutherford. Let me clear that up, get that right. But Rutherford is a power-running team that likes to run after. We saw it here last year. They just ran it down the Braves' throat last year.
If the Braves just weren't able to stop it, so if you can't stop that run, that's all they're going to do all night long.
And then the last game at Bozeman, South Walton Bozeman have a nice little rivalry there. Both have, beat each other over the years. That should be a good game. We're hoping, if they don't beat Snook, that's the one I feel like will be in the bank. If they don't beat Snook, though, they could be in some trouble there. But we'll just have to kind of wait and see what's going to happen. South Walton getting ready to come on the field. So we're going to show you the visiting team usually comes out first. And actually, we're going to take our, I think, first commercial break with the Seahawks lining up. And Jillian will get them in the camera spot. Again, kind of our first home game. We thought last week we'd be in the booth, but that was not the case. Let's step away. This will probably be our last break before kickoff. Probably won't get the 3 breaks in, but we'll get us in another 2-minute break here along the TV 24 studios high atop Everett Yates Memorial Stadium. This place is beautiful, folks. They can spend all the money on Tommy Oliver they want. This place is awesome for us. Let's step aside, be back with more Walton, South Walton football after this 2-minute commercial.
The UPS store is now open at the shops at Freeport. Printing products, printing services, small business solutions, mailbox services, packing services, shipping, mailing. They have freight, including total shipping, office products and supplies, notary service, shredding, UPS next day air. We have luggage boxes, packing, ship guarantees, electronic packaging, stamps, metered mail, priority mail. Whew, we can't even get through all this. Just stop by the UPS store, located near Publix.
Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND. Save this number, keep it in a safe place. Speed dial it on your phone. Unexpected things happen in life, and your friends bail, but not you. You're in jail with no help. Call, we will be there for your rescue. Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND, and leave the rest to the professionals. We have your back, a friend indeed when you're in need. Just make that call. Mark J. Harris, Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND.
Hair, facial, and nail care from the proven professionals at Bass Style Shop. Clip cuts, beard and mustache trims, neck and facial hot lather shaves for men and boys. Bass Style Shop is your place, ladies, for complete beauty care. Shampoos, cuts, styles, perms, colors, and foiling. Brow waxing, microderm abrasion, eyelash extensions, permanent eyebrows, and eyeliner. Manicures, pedicures, and acrylic nails. Bass Style Shop, established in 1948, is located at 858 Baldwin Avenue, downtown historic Defuniak Springs. Call 892-5389 for an appointment, and walk-ins are welcome.
Back at Everett Yates Memorial Stadium, the Braves have Dalton Whitehurst, along with number 28, Dalton's 13. 28 is going to be Austin Harris. 64 is going to be Bryson Harbridge. Seahawks have 52, Zane King Williamson. He's the son of one of Neil and I's classmates from the class of 87, Wayne Williamson. Can't quite read the other Seahawk numbers. You see, Austin's a little nervous. He's kind of swaying back and forth. I do that too when I stand. The Hawks in the white jerseys, the Braves in the dark blue. They're going to flip it. South Walton gets to call it. And let's see, we'll know who wins the toss. Walton won the toss because they're looking at them first. That means they'll probably defer, right, Neil? That's usually what happens. Yep, I think, I don't know, let's see. Looks like Walton.
Like they're going to take it.
Yeah, I can't tell quite yet. Walton won, and they're going to take the football. So a little surprised. I guess they want to go on offense first. See if we can get the rest of the captains. 2, J.M. Allen for the Hawks. He had a big week catching the football. 10 is Cade Rowland. 55, Blake Whitson. So we got all 4 of those in, and Braves getting ready to run through the home spirit line, which is a tradition. Both schools. South Walton's cheerleaders are on the other end. My daughters, Jillian and Emily Casey, doing the camera work tonight. My wife, Jennifer, unfortunately, is going to have to perhaps undergo another surgery and will likely be out for the season for us in football. So hopefully she's watching at home, and we will see her a little bit later tonight. So I got the daughters learning how to do things, and they've done a pretty good job. And if you can't make it out, South Walton's got a few more fans in. Walton section filling up. And you can watch the game with us here on TV 24. I want to thank our CEO, Wayne White, Edwin Cutchin's our program manager, and Kevin Chilcutt running the board, especially Kevin. He's kind of in the studio dungeon for the next 2.5 to 3 hours. He gets the commercials in and gets us back on the air, and we appreciate all his work as well. We also want to thank the principal, Janet Curd here at Walton High, Chris Brown and Nathan Smith, the assistant principals, all the coaches, and we'll talk about them tonight as well for the Walton High Braves. Beautiful facility. We love bringing the games to you. And if you can't come out, and we do wish you would do so, you got time to hop in the car. But if you can't, stay with us, and we'll try to show you some football throughout Walton County here tonight. We're one of the few stations that televise live football games during the regular season for one team. Try to get every game live. It doesn't always work out that way, but I think last year we did pretty good. We've had a nice little run. So the Braves on the field. And Neil, quick predictions. What do you think tonight? I have pondered this game all week, talked with Blake McCormick about it. What do you think? This is a tough one to call. Haven't known that South Walton's won the last 2 after losing the first 8.
Okay, this is a wild guess right here since I have not seen South Walton, so it's hard to predict how they'll stack up against the Braves. But my quick prediction right here, there's going to be at least 3 lead changes. But I think the Braves are going to pull it out in the end, simply because they'll have fewer turnovers.
I understand, and we will see if that's the way that's going to work.
All right, who is the kicker?
It is away, and it will be scooped up on, well, it kind of bobbled on the 7-yard line. Braves didn't do the best job of handling that, but Jalen Lucius, number 15, has it. Now he gets tagged around the 21 or 22. Looked like he finally got control of it about the 7. So 15, Lucius with the return. Sophomore, running back, defensive back. And let's see where the football, 22, I think, Neil.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
And let's thank the Whitehursts and all for painting the football field with hash marks, because that makes our job much, much easier. Now Dalton Whitehurst will lead out the offense. Center for the Braves. We'll make sure we check that out. Hasn't changed from last week. 64, Bryson Harbridge is senior. Lucius.
Braves playing out of the I formation right here. A little bit of a change.
Jaden Nichols in the backfield. Handoff first man Lucius. Looks like he pushes across to the 26. Maybe 4 yards. We've got 77 Keontae Slaughter, 65 Tennyson Griggs along that line. 88 Jacob Steele is your tight end toward the near side. Receiver is number 11 Kaziri Freeman, split out to the far side of the field. They'll go back to the fullback, and not much there this time. Number 41 Nichols, a junior fullback.
Yep,
goes for 1 maybe.
Yep.
Thanks for watching Hometown Television, WWEOLD, Channel 24, Defuniak Springs.
Hair, facial, and nail care from the proven professionals at Bass Style Shop. Clip cuts, beard and mustache trims, neck and facial hot lather shaves for men and boys. Bass Style Shop is your place, ladies, for complete beauty care. Shampoos.
Underwent surgery in May, so they knew they were going to be without him. He hopes to be back by basketball. This is number 20, Josiah Bauer, to kick. Number 5, the up man, is Cody Yates. And Walton may have already let the play clock run out. Nope, they burned a timeout. We always see even special teams early in the season tend to be a little iffy. We're not going to take a break this early in the game, but it is a 4th and 10. Or, no, I'm sorry, 4th and 5, right, Neil? 4th and 5.
4th and 5 is correct.
Fix one of my effects that I inadvertently deleted, so sorry about that. Now, the punting game for Walton was not fantastic last week. Bauer did most of it,
but he did get them away, and the blocking was good enough that none of them were really contested for being blocked.
Yeah, 5 kicks for an average of 30.2 yards. Let's go over the Walton coaching staff real quick. We've got Lenny Kendall, Robert Betts, Shelby Truitt, Isaac Jackson, Eddie Ferris Jr., and Jack Cole are your Walton High coaches. And we failed to mention, of course, Bobby Moore, the head coach for Walton, and Phil Teza, the head coach for the South Walton Seahawks. Good friend of ours. All right, so 4th and 5. Hawks put 2 men back to receive. I'll work on the numbers on that in a minute. All right, so the Braves had to burn an early timeout to make sure they had everybody out there where they needed them. Kicking from the 27, not a great snap. No rush whatsoever. It's a pretty good kick. Going to be fielded, muffed at the 41-yard line and getting on it for a loss. I believe that was number 2.
Yes, it was.
That muffed it. It was touched at the 41, that I can tell you. So a punt with 10:17 to go. Gives the Hawks the football on the 37. They lost 4 on the muff. We'll work on their offense, led by number 4, Drake Roberts. Work on the offense first, then go to the defense. 4 receiver set. This is a team that likes to throw. The Braves can't generate pass rush. It could be a long night, and a diving grab made by number 3. But I think he may have lost a yard. Cade Roberts with the grab, but I had the line of scrimmage at the 37. Now it's the 36. Is that what you see, Neil?
Yes, it is definitely the 36, so that's a loss of a yard.
52 is your center, Zane King Williamson, the junior. We'll work on the line. Watch number 2, J.M. Allen, 7 catches, 92 yards, and now we have a timeout.
Nope, we have a penalty flag.
I'll work on the lineup while you watch for the flag.
Okay, I didn't see any movement or anything, so somebody from the Braves apparently lined up in the neutral zone.
61, Ollie Derman is your left guard. 58, Andrew Slade is your left tackle. On the right side, it's 53, Matthew Christensen, a junior. 54, James Overton, a senior. So the Braves, and by making that mistake, make it 2nd and 4 now at the 41 of the Hawks.
2nd and 6, actually.
I'm sorry, you're right. Wanted to say is they netted 4 yards. Wanting to throw, Roberts pass rush. He's in trouble, spins out, gets to the 45, gets to midfield. Roberts, Braves brought a lot of pressure, but he ducks under and gets a gain of 9 yards and a first down. Those receivers for the Hawks, number 10 is Cade Rowland, a senior. He's here to the near side. You've got 33 is the running back. That's Tyler Mitchum. He played some there last week. Seahawks only had 2 net rushing yards, but right there they got 10 off the leg, or 9 off the legs of Roberts. Midfield already for the Hawks. Send a man in motion. They'll throw it underneath. It's deflected and intercepted at the 38 by Walton. Ball's knocked out of his hands, so there's a fumble, but it goes out of bounds. And number 1, Matthew Bearden makes the INT at the 38 of the Braves. And Neil, that ball was tipped maybe twice before Bearden picked it off. It was like volleyball out there. So Walton takes over. That 9:06, I think, on the clock.
9:06 is correct.
And the Braves create the first turnover of the night. 9:06. After the Braves punted at the 10:17 mark, so the Seahawks only hold it for a minute 11. They say he went out of bounds apparently at midfield. Well, Neil, that's now Roberts' 6th interception in a game in 3 minutes.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's not good for the Hawk offense. See what the Braves can do out of the I set. They'll take and hand off to Lucius. Lucius is in trouble, and number 58 of the Hawks throws him down for a loss. Andrew Slade.
Yep, he was looking for a hole to develop, and instead the defense arrived.
And the spot
back
of that
to the
football,
45.
Yeah, he didn't get a great spot, but the back of that football is touching the 45-yard line.
So that's a 5-yard loss.
2nd and 15. Yeah, neither one of these teams had great offensive luck. The Seahawks ran for only 2 yards. Walton had only 98 total yards of offense. Seahawks did throw for 185, but they had 5 interceptions, and they've already logged 1 here on their opening drive. Braves trying to get everybody where they want them. We'll work on the defensive players, and another timeout. Dalton Whitehurst not happy with somebody here, and we're going to step away for our first commercial break. Scoreless from Everett Yates, back in 60 seconds on TV 24.
My wife Paula and I are honored to be a part of the legacy of service at Clary Glenn Funeral Homes. For over 85 years, we have been here when you need us most. From founder John Page in the 30s and 40s to my wife and myself since the early 21st century, our sole focus is to honor our families that we serve with the utmost care and concern. Locally owned and family operated and celebrating 85 years of service, we are Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
We return to Everett Yates Memorial Stadium. Braves have burned 2 of their 3 timeouts here in the first 4 minutes of the game. Whitehurst is going to roll to the near side, hang it up, dangerous throw. Actually wasn't too bad because it was overthrown. Tried to get it to Freeman, and quickly it'll be 3rd and 15. Tried to get it down the field to Kazari Freeman. I believe his brother, Kazarick, also plays on this team. He wears number 52 and is a linebacker and offensive lineman at times. So far, Walton's not had much success on offense.
Not much. The first play netted 4 yards, and it's gotten kind of nothing's happened since then.
They'll take and give it to Lucius. Lucius heads left side and maybe got a yard, maybe 2. Braves a little conservative, already sensing a little bit of a field position battle, Neil, with that call.
Yeah, I would say so.
The Braves offense is extremely young, so it is no doubt that it is a work in progress.
Coming in for the Braves, it is number 20, Joshua Bauer, to punt.
Actually, it's
Josiah. Sorry,
yeah.
I was looking really quick, and I was like, that didn't sound right.
All right, from the 47, no rush by the Hawks. High hanging kick. Walton's coverage team should be able to get there. No fair catch call. Nice job at the 30. Trying to get to the outside, and a little bit of that worked to the 35, maybe the 36. That's 2. J.M. Allen, who I believe caught that right on the 30. I believe we have 7:12 to go. First quarter with no score. Seahawks will have it on the 36. That's within a yard of where they had it when they threw the interception to start their possession, that is. Hawks in the white and green. Send a man in motion. It was Jaden Page who's back tonight. Page, a nice catch, and he will get ahead for 5 or 6 yards. Looks like it'll be about 5 near the 41. Page did not play last week, and Fred Leopold So South Walton told me they figure he will be heavily contributing in the game plan this week and makes an early catch there to make it 2nd and 5. Braves look like they want to bring pressure. Roberts will fling it. It is caught. A quick out. They got some blocking and have a first down near the 48 or 49-yard line. I think it was J.M. Allen who caught that, number 2, I believe.
It's a 8-yard gain, so a first down, actually a 9-yard gain. Ball is marked at midfield. And that is now the water break.
Yep, since we snuck in a break a few moments ago, we will keep it here. First quarter, South Walton and Walton are scoreless. Taking a look at the radar at the moment, and Neil, there is a little bit of rain to the east of us, but it may stay north of us. It may float just off, so that would be good news. We are dry, safe and dry, we hope, in the press box tonight. But, both teams a little skittish, but, obviously the Hawks are moving the ball a little more so than the Braves so far.
Yep, so far, but, there really has not been enough time to go by to see how the coaches make adjustments to what the opposing defenses are and any sort of weak spots they see.
That is very true.
One thing I've noticed on the Braves defense is that they have dropped receivers, that there's some confusion amongst the secondary on who's covering who. And South Walton's usually got 1 to 2 guys running free.
Yeah, Braves in that 3-4. Really a 3-5 just about. They'll run a little flip shuttle pass from Roberts, and he runs right into a Brave. Still manages to get away from 1 or 2. Boy, Walton got close to spearing somebody there. I believe that was number 2, Allen, on the little flip.
Yes, it was.
And the Braves, let's see, get the binoculars on it. Well, he lost, a yard because the line of scrimmage is it's just across the 48, Neil, getting the...
So it is the 49, so it's a loss of 1.
Yeah, it's about 1 3/4 if you want to get technical. 2nd and a long 11. We'll work on that Brave defense again for you here in just a moment. Roberts nearly dropped the snap. He flares it and threw it behind number 21, Page.
Yeah, he had to get rid of that quick. The Braves were bringing the blitz that time.
Yeah, along the Braves front, number 76, that's Kamen Miller.
So 3rd and 11 for the Seahawks.
55 is Adrian Good. 60 is Lakota Gibbons. That's your front 3.
And the Seahawks picked up almost a yard on the spot.
Yeah, so technically no gain. You're right. On the incomplete pass, you're right. Blitz is on Runge, chasing Roberts. His comeback route is complete. Walton misses the tackle, and the Seahawks going down the far sideline for what may be a touchdown. I don't see any flags, and I believe that is Allen, number 2.
Yes, it was number 2, and
51 yards. And the Braves secondary has been a big problem. And once again, shows that. Neil, can you give me the time on the clock, please, sir?
So 5:47 to go here in the first quarter. And South Walton takes the early lead.
Allen, 51 pass from Drake Roberts. And I believe this is, to see who the kicker is, I think, is it Castellanos? They're going to go for 2 on the old sideline flip.
And I believe they got it.
Number 56 takes it in, lineman. Are there any flags, though, is the next question. Like there's a lot of conversation going on. Yeah, they say it's no good. Wow. I'm a little surprised. I thought that was Mason Levasseur who took it in, and I thought he got in. He must have said knee went down. To look at that on replay. Right now we're going to step aside for a minute break as the Braves now trail 6-0, giving up the big play. We'll have more football in 60 seconds.
Defuniak's oldest continually operating restaurant is still cooking up their award-winning foods. H&M Hot Dog, preparing your favorite hot dogs and sandwiches since 1947. Their landmark hot dogs and hamburgers have been the people's choice for over 65 years. Their expanded menu now includes an assortment of dogs and sandwich selections second to none. H&M Hot Dog, located on North 9th Street in historic downtown Defuniak Springs.
Do you need new flooring? If so, you need to go to Evans Carpet City. Evans has the best selection and price on wood flooring. Evans also offers professional installation for your flooring to look great. They also have ceramic tile, vinyl, and the best selection of carpet in the Panhandle.
The 30-yard line, down to 33 perhaps. I think that's 15, Jalen Lucius on the return.
That's who it looked like to me.
It is. So Jalen Lucius from the 11 gets Walton up to near the 32-yard line. I think that is where they're going to place it. And Walton's got to get something going on offense. Now trailing 6-0 to the Seahawks. Bit of a controversial two-point run there. It looked like the back was in the lineman, but they ran that little lateral toss to a lineman, and the referee said he didn't make it. That could prove to be big later on. Braves got to get something going offensively, though. We'll work on the South Walton defense here in just a moment. They'll run toss pitch to the near side. Walton's number 22 found a little seam and gets up to the 40. I believe that's Jaden Nichols. No, that's Xavier Young Shipman, a junior. So Shipman goes for, that's a pretty good gain, 8 yards.
8 yards, so, yep, 2nd and 2, a lot easier than that 2nd and 15 they had last time.
Yeah, as we well know, if you don't get about 4 to 5 yards on a first down, it makes it awful tough.
Yep, running a very conservative offense like the Braves do.
Yeah, Cade Roberts is one of your corners. 7, Dylan Garner, one of your linebackers. Again, we'll work on the defense here in the first quarter. 2nd and 2. Well, Whitehurst throws it kind of up for grabs, and it is intercepted by number 3. That was not a good throw by Whitehurst. And picked off. About a 2-yard return from the 38 to the 40. Didn't throw it far enough down the field. What time we got on the clock there, Neil?
So, 4:44.
Walton's first turnover. Each team is now throwing an interception. Braves held it for a minute 3. And the Hawks back in business and in pretty decent field position at their own 40. They've had the ball at the 37, the 36, and their own 40-yard line. Brave defense now trailing 6-0's got to step up. Roberts sees some pressure. It is almost intercepted, but no, caught by the receiver who falls down. It's a good grab by number 3, Cade Roberts. He didn't get much out of it, but gain of a couple of yards better than an incomplete or interception, and it keeps the clock running, which when you have the lead, you don't mind traditionally. That was a very dangerous throw, though.
Well, only dangerous because the Brave defender read where the pass was going, but usually that's a fairly conservative pass.
Josiah Bauer at number 20 and 7, Samari Williams are your corners, and they are very young. They'll give to the first man, and he runs near the Walton 45, maybe 46-yard line. I believe that was number 33 on the carry.
Okay, I thought it was 3, but
that may have been. To be honest, if you think that, go with it.
Because I saw a single 3, but
yeah, go for it. I'll pick it up on tape. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Hawks running a man on kind of late.
But now I'm thinking you're right, it was 33, so that's what I'll go with. At the 45-yard line,
Walton,
3rd and 5.
is in the neutral zone again. Braves are killing themselves with these offside penalties. Just helping out the other team. That's going to be a free first down.
They had a bunch of offsides against Bonifay.
Yeah, just a very young team, and they've fallen for a lot of the veteran tricks. That's a really bad penalty to give up a first down.
Yep, on a 3rd and 5, and the defense was holding pretty good. Well, South Walton's bringing a couple replacements out during this break in action.
Again, very young team, a lot of growing pains, both sides of the ball, but especially for Walton. You got Austin Harris and 52 Kazarick Freeman are your linebackers. They'll take and go with number 10 to the right side, and he may get a yard. There was not much there for Cade Rowland.
Basically, I'm not sure if he was actually as a quarterback or if that was just a South Walton's version of the Wildcat.
Yeah, somewhat true.
So they got it to the Braves' 49-yard line, so just a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Hawks like to go at a little more up-tempo pace. We'll see how the Braves handle that. Roberts to throw. He's going to hang it up down the right side, and he overthrew a man. Allen had a step, but the pass was about 2 steps in front of him.
So 3rd and 9 for the Seahawks.
Why is Jacob Steele trying to call a timeout? Jacob Steele was looking like he wanted to call a timeout there, and I think the coaches told him, don't do that. Braves are extremely young in the secondary. Losing Ian Cole to Niceville was a huge blow. Runge's got a sack. I believe that's Jacob Runge on the blitz, who brought down Drake Roberts. He blew past his man and got a quarterback sack. That's a big play for the Braves because it is now 4th down, I believe, isn't it?
Yes, it is. 4th down and dropped quarterback back to the 44-yard line. I think it's past the 43.
Yeah, and I mean just by maybe 2 inches. I got 3rd down, Neil. Isn't it 4th? Or did
It should be 4th and 16.
Yeah, that's not what the down marker over there says.
Let's see, there was the run and that incomplete pass, so this is 4th down.
Down the field they go, and it's overthrown. Yeah, but I don't think that they know that on the other side.
It clearly is 4th down because, I mean, there was no penalties to wave off a play.
So you're saying they did get an extra down, didn't they? Well, I don't know, maybe not. We might be a little lost here. That happens. So I'll let you, that's on you.
Yeah, the only one. I got 3 plays. It's now 5th down.
Yeah. Well, the bright side is Walton.
Because remember, the first down play was the Wildcat run.
That's true.
Unless there was a penalty or something that called that back, but that didn't see anything. And then the incomplete pass, then the run, and now the other pass.
You're right. I think that's number 55 kicking the ball away. Fair catch at the 23. I'll get that punter number checked. It is 55 on the kick. Line of scrimmage was technically the 44 because it had been spotted a little up. And I think they're going to put it around the 23. Yeah, it looks like 23. Neil, what's our time? Braves held.
Yep. 2:01 to go in the first quarter. Seahawks still leading 6-0 over the Braves.
They held it for 2 minutes and 43 seconds, but the sack by Runge stopped that one. And, Neil, right now, the Braves have got to come up with something they can do offensively because they are hurting to move the football.
Yep. The Braves have a net total of 10 yards of offense here in the first quarter. That's not too good, and it's not like the Seahawks are overwhelming the Braves, because I can see some holes the Braves could exploit.
Now again, maybe a little nervous playing in front of the home crowd. They go back to the I set with Whitehurst under quarterback. He'll run the toss pitch to the near side, trying to get outside. There is some running room to about the 33. Garner makes the stop. I think that might be Shipman, Young Shipman again, number 22, Xavier Young Shipman.
Ball up to the 32-yard line. That is a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Yes, it was. All right, our Seahawk defense looks like your inside linebackers include 55 Blake Whitson and 56 Mason Levasseur. We've also got on the outside line, number 32, outside linebacker. And I don't have a 32 on that roster. I think Neil met on the update, so we'll worry about that in a little bit.
32 is Blaze Rogers.
Blaze Rogers. 2nd and 1. They'll give it up the middle. First down to the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Looks like number 22 for the Braves, Xavier Young Shipman.
Yep, the X-Man. Gets a first down, and I think, is that Walton's first of the game? I believe it may be.
Up to the 38-yard line is where the spot is. So yes, the first down of the game for the Braves. And the clock is running, and we're under 60 seconds to go in this first quarter.
6-0 Seahawks. Final minute of the first quarter. The J.M. Allen touchdown pass, the only score so far. Shipman looking to get outside, cut it in maybe a little early, and he will get 2 or 3. Not sure he wouldn't have been better off to try to stretch that, Neil.
Yeah. If he stayed behind his blocker just a little bit longer, he might have been able to get a few more yards, but it is up to the 42-yard line. So technically that's 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. And I'm guessing that's going to be the last play of the quarter because we're down to 17 seconds and
the play clock's at 20, so I think you're right. I think they're going to let this just wind down. We'll see, though. They're breaking huddle and still have about, 9
4
seconds?
seconds.
Oh, 4, yeah. I don't think they'll get one off here. Their wide receivers having trouble lining up without getting off sides, and that's what's going to happen, as Neil called it. We are 12 minutes into the game, and the Hawks lead 6-0. Let's step aside for a 60-second commercial break, and we will come back with more Walton and South Walton football. The only place where you can see all the action, TV 24.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office, 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Tires, and more tires. National Tire Brokers in Defuniak Springs has the largest inventory of tires in Northwest Florida and South Alabama. Michelin, Goodyear, Toyo, Kumo, BF Goodrich, Cooper, and much more. Check out their low prices on quality products and services. Established in May of 1976, National Tire Brokers' reputable staff of trained professionals has given their clients the safe, dependable performance with their premium tires. No local dealer stocks more RV and truck tires than National Tire Brokers. No one. Quick, convenient, courteous service. That's National Tire Brokers, your truck tire headquarters, Highway 90 West, Defuniak Springs.
Nichols.
Yep. They put the ball almost right on the 45-yard line, so gain of 3. It is 3rd and 3.
Fairly important down coming up here for the Braves as they are trying to put a march together. Fairly quick first quarter. Played, in about 30 minutes, so that's not bad. All right, so a 3rd down play here. Wanting to throw, they hand it off, and that was a train wreck. The middle of the Hawk line blew up. Xavier Young Shipman really couldn't get started.
Yep.
And it will be 4th down, and the Braves will send Bauer and the punt unit out.
Looks like it wasn't a clean handoff, so it's a loss of 2, 4th and 5.
Yeah, they lost back to the 43, so a 4th and 5. Seahawks 2 men back deep, leading 6-0.
And the Braves get somebody on late.
Well, we've seen that happen a lot.
Plenty of time on the clock, though.
Yeah, that's the good side of that. Good snap to Bauer. Bauer, nice foot. This one's a very nice kick, one of his best. Fielded on the 23. A Walton man got clipped. They did not throw a flag. Boy, that was very poorly refereed. How do you miss that? 88 just got drilled right in the back. It was, I believe...
So the receiver was number 2, J.M. Allen.
Yeah, and I think he got his hand dinged a little bit.
And let's see, they're going to mark it. Well, anyway, at least the clock, we have 10:13 to go here in the second quarter. South Walton still with a 6-point lead, and the ball is at the 28-yard line, I believe.
That is correct. 28 for the Hawks, leading 6-0. Their defense has played well so far. Roberts wanting to throw, going to zing it left side, and his receiver turned the wrong way. Either that or the quarterback threw it to the inside, and it won't hang the receiver out to dry. It might have been Roberts threw it to the inside instead of the outside, and there was an opening to the outside, but not where he threw it. It'll be 2nd and 10. So one big play, the Allen 51-yard touchdown pass when he slipped the Brave tackler, is the difference in the game at the moment. Have not heard from anyone else down in Freeport as of yet. Roberts wanting to throw, big pressure. Roberts almost got away, but no. Let's go in tight, Number 60, one of the first men there for the Braves. That was Lakota Givens. And I think he might have gotten help from Adrian Good, and that's a big sack back to the 20.
Yep, ball right on the 20-yard line. 8-yard sack, 3rd and 18 for the Seahawks.
But Neil, one thing we've seen all night from the Braves, they've been coming after Roberts. They know they want to throw, and they're trying to make life difficult.
Yep, well, that's what you got to do to protect the secondary, is generate pressure.
Braves this time don't come with a heavy rush. They try to drop into coverage, throw it over the middle, and Allen is there and makes the catch. Walton,
and he
the ball's
fumbles.
loose, and Walton gets on the football. And the Braves stripped it from Allen, apparently, who's down on the turf. And let's see who gets off the, I don't know if it was 7 or 50, I think it was 52 who wound up with the football for the Braves. Got stripped from Allen, who's limping off the field. And we're going to credit 52 of the Braves. That is Kazarick Freeman with the fumble recovery. Walton will take over on their own 49-yard line. Neil, what's that on the clock? I can't quite make it out.
That is 9:18 to go here in the second quarter. Braves line up, ready to go on offense.
So from the 49, Walton has it. They'll toss pitch, little hole into the Hawk territory, a couple of yards. Xavier Young Shipman, number 22. Kind of put his head into the pile, but didn't have a lot of room there.
Well, he got forward for 2 yards, 2nd and 8 now for the Braves.
But Genie, our prediction, we might have a lot of turnovers seems to be coming true so far.
Yeah, we now have a total of 3 turnovers for this game.
Yeah, and with what, just under 9 minutes to go in the half?
Yep.
Plenty of time for more. At the 49 of the Hawks into Seahawk territory. They'll toss pitch it to the near side. So little hole, but it shuts quickly. 3-yard gain on the sweep.
Number 11 for the Braves, that is Kazari Freeman.
Actually, I think it was 22, Neil.
22, oh, Shipman again?
Shipman. Yeah,
okay.
That was Shipman out of the eye, I believe.
So down to the Seahawks 46, that's a 3-yard gain. It is 3rd and 5.
Braves getting the call into Whitehurst. Haven't started the play clock yet. I'm a little surprised by that. Now they do. Braves have plenty of time to get their 3rd down play in. Hawks have had the better of the field position, but have had 2 turnovers. Braves send a receiver to each side on 3rd and 5 out of that offset eye. They'll toss pitch it to number 22. He ran into his own man and may get a yard, maybe 2, pushing forward. He's going to get to near the 44, but that's going to leave it a good 3 yards shy of the 1st down. Wait for that final spot as a big scrum formed. Neil, I think, they keep moving it ahead. I think he got inside the 4. It's 3rd and...
4th and 2.
4th and 2, you're right. Gee, Braves get an extra down now?
Yeah, we could use one right now.
Yeah, they could, couldn't they? 6-0 Seahawks on TV 24. It looks like they are thinking about it. They have only 1 timeout remaining in the half. Still have 20 seconds on the play clock, though. And it looks like, Neil, they're going to go for it. It's a big play here because you give it back to the Hawks with this field position.
Yep. They'll at least try to draw them off sides. I mean, it's worked for Bonifay.
Fumble and snap, and that's going to kill it. Oh, my goodness. Whitehurst lost the handle. And they turn it over on downs. Boy, that couldn't have worked much worse for the Braves there.
All right, 6:43 on the clock here in the second quarter.
6:43.
And the Seahawks take over the ball.
Well, the Braves held it for 2 minutes and 35 seconds, I think.
Yep. And it's time for the water break here in the second quarter.
Well, we'll keep it here. Hawks got good field position at their own 44-yard line. They've definitely had the superior field position.
And they've shown a little bit of ability for big plays when there's breakdowns in the Braves secondary.
That's true.
So they can take their shots. But it looks like just like the Braves, they have a little bit of trouble sustaining a drive.
And the Hawks take over. Brave defense is going to have to get after it. From the, slightly put it on the 44. Roberts got a man to each side. Have 17 seconds left on the play clock, so they're in good shape there. They can give to the first man, and he drives to the 46, maybe the 47. Braves trying to rip the football out. 10, Cade Roberts with the carry. The Hawks are rather thin at running back. They did get 3.
2nd and 7.
Live football on TV 24. Next week we'll be at Panama City Arnold, facing a team that beat the Hawks 43-9. So the Braves will be significant underdogs. Roberts is rolling, gets away from one, lost his helmet as he was thrown down by number 60. That means he'll have to check out for a play. That's a sack for Lakota Gibbons, who I think's got his second of the night. Either 1.5 or his second. He may have shared that one earlier. Losing his helmet, Neil, that hurts because he's got to check out a play on 3rd down.
Back to the 38-yard line. That's a 38-yard line. That's 9-yard loss, so it's 3rd and 16. So what do you do now with your backup quarterback?
Well, you can burn a timeout, and they may do that to get him back in there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the route they go. They're up 6-0, but do have 3rd and long.
And they line up 3 receivers to the far side.
Looks like 12, Tyson Rogers is going to take the snap. No, I'm sorry, that's
10.
10, Cade Rowland, and he is going to get creamed for a loss, and it's number 40 this time. That for the Braves.
And then some players get into a little bit of a scuffle. And see some flags on the field now.
I believe Yosu Ramirez.
Well, the ball is marked back at the, it's just past the 31, if that actually is the mark.
It is a big call, too, because if it were on the Seahawks, they would be going back a long way. It may be offsetting, though.
Yep. Well, he marks it right on the 31, so that's a 7-yard loss.
They're going to call dead ball offsetting personal fouls, so it will be 4th down. Back at the 31, Braves recording another quarterback sack.
Yeah, because I couldn't really tell if he was intending to run the option right there, or I think he was running to the outside and he was going to try to set and just chuck it down the field there because they overloaded that side of the field. So that would be a sack.
Yeah, you're right. It could have been just a design quarterback keeper. I'll be able to pick that up on tape while I look and see if the receivers were blocking or running patterns. That's usually a way you can tell.
Yep. Well, Braves bringing a man on late.
It's going to be 55 doing the punting again, Blake Whitson. Yeah, Hawks getting somebody on late, but they got plenty of time, 20 seconds on the play clock. Braves have 2 men back, one short deep and the other much deeper. This is a high kick, but not very deep. It hits, doesn't take much of a bounce. Walton clears the area, and it'll be down at the 40. So once again, the Braves will have good field position. So a 6-0 defensive field position battle is what we got.
Yep, and 4:50 on the clock here in the second quarter.
So they held it for 1:53, did the Hawks, if my numbers are right. And the Braves take over at the 40. Their field position has been improving. And Neil, how many first downs do they have? It's not many.
Just one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. From down the road in Freeport, Pike Liberal Arts leading the Bulldogs 14-13, 9 minutes to go in the first half, so a tight one there. Whitehurst under center, gives to the first man, and is stuck by the middle of the Hawk D. That went nowhere. I believe that's 22, Xavier Young Shipman.
Yep, middle linebacker.
He did get
close that hole real quick.
Yes, he did. Got it across the 40, but that's all. Got a yard.
2nd and 9.
And J.M. Allen's 51-yard touchdown reception slipped the Walton corner's attempted tackle and went down that far sideline over where the Hawks are. And that's the only score in the game so far in what's been a defensive game. A lot of mistakes by the offenses to this point. But we got a lot of football to play. That could change quickly. That tight formation, they stacked 2 receivers to the far side. They'll try to run, sweep to the near side. Hawks have smelled this out pretty good. They do get around the corner and get about 5. That is Young Shipman, and this time he's able to get, he got 4 to the 45-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 5.
Going back to the Joe Dowling days of 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I guess that was really more up the middle, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Back in those days, in the early 90s.
Yep, up the middle, about the farthest. He might run off tackle to mix things up a little bit.
Of course, back in those days, they had Shelby Truitt and Michael Barnhill carrying the ball, and those guys could do that.
You could game plan it that way.
Yeah, now Del Barge was our home run threat back in the early 90s. Another very good running back. 3rd and 5. That's what the Braves have faced. Little time. Whitehurst now is going to be sacked.
Yeah, he should have just either thrown that away or...
Yeah, the Seahawks had really good coverage on that play, though. I'll give them credit. Their defense did the right thing. Correll Benjamin, the defensive coordinator, will be quite pleased because they did well, and Walton will bring in Bauer and the punt team. 4th and 10, I should say. Hawk defense playing a good game, so are the Braves to this point. The Hawks have definitely had the better end of the offense and the only points. So far, the Hawks have not come with the rush. They've just kind of stood up and let the return men make the catch, and they aren't coming this time. Bauer, again, this is a very nice kick. Walton's got some men down the field. It's muffed. That 88 ran into it, and I think the Hawks got it back. Yeah, that was very close to fair catch interference, and here comes a late flag, and it's probably what they're going to call. Did he signal for fair catch? Because I see him talking now. I don't think I saw that, but I was really paying more attention to what Steele was doing. And if this winds up on the Braves, it'll give 15 free yards to the Hawks. They're going to talk about it. Still no signal as of yet. Yep, fair catch interference. I had a feeling that was coming. And it took him a few minutes to throw the flag. That's going to cost Walton 15 yards, so that is not a plus. Neil, what do we got on the clock?
3:03 to go.
That could turn out to be a big penalty, as it gives them an extra 15 yards. Braves held it for 1:47. And now the Hawks have it at their own 46, 1st and 10. Wanting to throw, dancing around back there, Roberts. He's got some room to run, and a lot of room to run. He's across the midfield stripe and inside the Walton 40.
Yep, there was nobody on that side of the field.
Now, Walton had a lot better coverage, but nobody saw the quarterback take off for the far side. He gets to the 39 and got out of bounds. So from Walton's 39, got some time to throw. Now he throws it underneath. It is caught by Allen. Allen working that crossing route, gets tagged at the 27, but he's got a first down. I won't say he got decleated, but he got tagged by one of the Braves and is not moving around much. And that would be a huge blow to the Hawk offense if he is injured. And he's definitely shooken up.
should be a 12-yard gain if the spot is accurate.
And I think they actually put it on the 36. Yeah, they actually moved it to the 36. Oh, I'm sorry, 26. 26.
26. Okay, I had it to 27. So at the 26, that's a 13-yard gain. And a first down.
Baker 7, Vernon 6 in the second quarter. That had the potential to be a pretty good game tonight. Port St. Joe leads Mariana 14-3 as they attend to the injured Seahawk. For Walton Beach leading Arnold Neal 6-0 in the second quarter.
Interesting.
Mosley High leads Gadsden County in the first quarter 23-7.
Yeah, that was a game we had talked about last week. That might give us a bit of a gauge on Gadsden County. Even though the Braves are not playing them on the schedule, that's a potential playoff in the region.
Yeah, you're right about that. Bozeman and Holmes County, Neal, scoreless in the second quarter.
Interesting.
Rocky Bayou playing over in Foley against Snook Christian, up 14-0 in the second.
Okay, Rocky Bayou it's hard to gauge Rocky Bayou, so I don't know if that really means much.
Choctaw leads Milton 14-7 in the first quarter. Niceville over East Ridge 14-0 in the second quarter. Cottage Hill Christian leading Florella 7-0 in the first.
Yeah, this is a rebuilding year for Niceville, so I think that's one of their easier games they have on their schedule.
Crestview and St. Martin out of Ocean Springs tied at 7 in the second quarter. Neil, they must be pretty good then.
Gotta be.
Would be my thought there anyway. How about this one? A little surprised. First quarter, Graceville 8, Chipley 6.
That is a surprise.
This is a big surprise. Jay leads Cottondale in the first quarter 20-0. And it says the Wetumpka Indians lead, that's Dothan Northview 3-zip. I was thinking that was the Northview Chiefs. Well, they get Allen off the field, but Neil, he didn't look so good going off.
Yep, well, he's walking under his own power right now, so you probably won't see him the rest of this half.
That's my thought, yeah.
You'll see him in the second half.
All right, the Seahawks are now threatening at the Walton 26, but minus their top receiver so far this season, at least for a little while. They'll run the football. Number 40 spins and is tackled by the other number 40. That may not be 40. I got to look and see. As he turned number 10. That was Rowland. Cade Rowland, and number 40 of the Braves gobbled him up as he tried to spin off the line. I believe that's Jose Ramirez.
And I just saw some lightning. I'm hoping the referees didn't see that.
Well, they'll try to probably at least get it to halftime at this point, you would hope.
Yeah, because that was way off in the distance, but clearly lightning off to the southeast.
Loss of 1 at 2nd and 11.
Yep, I have it marked at the 27-yard line.
Roberts is in trouble, got away from Runge, who is after him, now throws it into the ground, and that was a pretty smart toss all in all to get rid of it, because he was about to get creamed around the 30.
All right, 3rd and 11 from the Braves' 27-yard line.
And Neil, probably 4-down territory. I don't think the Hawks have the kicking game they've had some years this year.
Yep, and I totally agree with you, because with only 1:47 left on the clock, the Braves' offense hasn't shown a quick strike ability. So even if they don't get it, they should feel fairly safe going into the locker room with a halftime lead.
Yeah, barring a big defensive play on the next 2 downs here, perhaps. Braves look like they're going to bring the pressure. Roberts has some time. Now he zings it over the middle. Number 21, Jaden Page, is open, and he's down to the 5-yard line. And Roberts with a really nice throw there to get it to 21 Page. So now the Hawks are threatening to get a 2-score lead, and the way Walton's offense is struggling, that might be tough. Looks like it's actually on the 3-yard line. That's a really nice throw by Roberts and a nice catch by Page.
Yep, the Braves brought the blitz, but they couldn't get to Roberts. So that, with the time there was an open man, and that man was number 21, Jaden Page.
Yeah, again, Fred Leopold said he's going to make some plays tonight. Well, they made a big one there on a 3rd and long. They're going to try to go quarterback sweep to the right side. Walton strings it out, but they don't get to him, and walking in, I believe, is Drake Roberts on a 3-yard run.
Yep. 1:13 to go here in the second quarter with that touchdown by Roberts.
Yep. So again, you go back to that roughing the receiver, Neil, and that did turn out to be a big play because it helped him out yardage-wise. How much time did you say?
So, minute 13 to go here in the second quarter.
That was Roberts' 3-yard run, and let's see, they're going to go for 2. They'll actually snap it. They're going to run option. They'll kick it to the outside, and the ball is loose, so they're going to fail. They would have had it, but it was dropped by number 10, Roland. So the run fails to make it 12-0. So maybe a little bright spot for the Braves there. They've defended the 2-point plays well, but they may have gotten a little lucky both times. We're going to keep it here with the halftime break coming momentarily. 12-0 Hawks with 73 seconds left. Well, if you're a Braves fan right now, you need a kickoff return for a touchdown.
That's what you need to be praying for.
Because it is not going well against the Hawks. 12-0 the score. And again, just no offense for the Braves here before half. We'll have the halftime stats, which you'll print out and I'll work on. We also will show you a little bit of the band tonight. The Braves have only one timeout remaining, complicating things on offense as well. But as Neil said, they haven't shown much quick strike ability. Are they going to kick it off the ball, a tee like this, Neil? That thing's laying flat, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, they'll line shot it down the field, make it bounce, fielded on the 15-yard line by the Braves, looking for a wall and running it up to across the 30. Is number 15, Jalen Lucius. So the Braves will have it after a pretty decent return. Young Walton football team. One of the youngest I think they've fielded in our 27 years, to be honest. And from the 33, they're going to have it 1st and 10. And they need to bust a big play. Trailing 12-0. Let's see, maybe the Braves can break one. They use Isaac Jackson, who's one of their assistant coaches out there on the field. Isaac was as good in the last minute and a half as anybody we've seen. They'll run toss pitch to the near side, trying to string it out. Young Shipman. Shipman gets around the corner into the 41.
And out of bounds.
You know, Neil, and they got a little something there. You know, this may be one of those Braves teams that's just going to have to chisel 5 to 7 yards to the outside and try to work their way down the field for points. Got to the 41. You know, they've had a few decent first down plays. They've struggled on 2nd and 3rd down.
Yep, that's 8 yards.
And they did stop the clock by going out of bounds, I believe.
Yep, that is correct. Clock is stopped.
Whitehurst getting his man up to the line of scrimmage. Some far receiver there, tried to get the seal block. They got a little bit. They got the first down. I believe it's going to be close, but I think from where they spotted it, they'll have it. They went out of bounds again, which should stop the clock once more. As long as they ruled he wasn't forced out. Looks like they're holding up 3rd down. I didn't think so. Well, that is... okay, that was an interesting way to spot the football.
Because on the 43, that should be a first down from where the original spot was.
Oh, we're going to bring the chains on the field? Man, we haven't seen this. Oh, he's just going to give it to him.
Yep.
That don't measure anymore. That's just too much effort. You think they figured out those things aren't real accurate? They just guess?
The guessing is just as accurate as...
Yeah, except at Mariana, you can't do it there. Can't do it there. You can get a first down by a yard and still go the other direction. I'll never forget that as long as I live. All right, 1st and 10 at the 43, and they keep stopping the clock on these short side runs. They'll go right back to it. Got a little bit of blocking, and they'll edge their way out near the 45. Maybe the 46. Are they finding a little something here that can help them in the second half, Neil, you think?
It's up to the 46 now, so that's a 3-yard gain. If they can consistently do that, as long as the defense can get a few stops in there, that might be something they could work on.
Eventually, the Hawks are going to overload this side, and of course, that'd be the time to try to throw one-on-one down the sideline. But
fake the handoff and then head up the middle.
Yeah. From the 46, second down. Whitehurst wants to throw, and it's incomplete. But had it been caught, it wasn't going to gain but maybe a yard, and it would have kept the clock running.
Yeah. Probably would have ended the half. We're down to 38 seconds, and it's 3rd and 7.
This Braves team is going to get better, and in the next year or two, they're going to be, I think, a lot better because they've got some good players coming up on JV as well as from the middle school. But right now, they are so young and inexperienced. We said growing pains was going to be a key. Neil and I have done this 27 years. We've seen a lot of seasons like that, and they're going to get better, but it's going to be painful at times. When you're playing your county rival, that's pretty tough. 3rd down, they'll toss it, try to go the other side, cuts it to the inside, and will not have the first down. Hawks want a timeout because they know it's 4th down. It's an interesting decision here.
Ball up to the 48-yard line. That's a 2-yard gain. 4th and 5.
Well, Neil, if you're the Braves, do you consider going for it here?
No, since
Probably
the Hawks have got 2 timeouts, you need to punt it right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Would it be a place to fake one if you were going? Would you? I don't know. Would you?
You
do
better
that?
have a pretty good fake.
Yeah.
It is 4th and 5, so
12-0 South Walton. Braves are hanging in there, but have had little offense. In fact, they get? Yeah, just one. They haven't had a drive yet with 2 first downs in a row, have they?
Nope. They got 2 total first downs for the first half.
Yeah. This is where you miss a Kentrell Parker, who is injured, and Ian Cole, who would have given you a tall receiver. And some of the other backs that the Braves have lost to other schools or injuries or moving. But we like to talk more about the players that decide to stay here than the ones who have disappeared. Some of them disappeared for a reason. All right, let's see if this is Bauer trying to kick it away. Braves have 15 seconds on the play clock. It is Josiah standing back at his 33. Seahawks may come after it this time, and we've got a flag.
Yep, a flag from the far sidelines. That's interesting.
If it's offsides, it'd be close to a first down.
Yep, I think it'd be...
But it looks like they're pointing Walton's way. Maybe they changed their mind and said it wasn't a flag. Sending somebody off the field? Yeah. Well,
too many men on the field?
Or improper equipment, it could be. Yeah, I think it's improper equipment, perhaps.
Yep, so they just sent him off, so it looks like they're not moving the football.
Yeah, so I guess it's a warning, but he threw a flag. It's kind of weird. Usually that's yardage, I would have thought. It's like the half's almost over. We're not going to bother with 5 yards.
We don't want to respot it.
Pretty good snap. They do put a little rush on. This is not a great kick, but it's hanging up. It's going to take a bounce. See if the Seahawks, they'll let it roll. That was probably wise. And Jacob Steele kind of deked him into leaving that one alone that time.
Looks like they're marking it back at the 15.
How much time on the clock?
So a 37-yard punt with no return, and we got 20 seconds left to go in the first half of football.
20 seconds. The Braves held it for 43, but not much going on there on that possession. And the Hawks, you think, might just take a knee, but they're in the shotgun here. So.
Well, they might just take a shot down the field and on this first play, and if that doesn't work out, then...
yeah, they're wanting to throw. He'll throw it on a little out route, and Page steps out of bounds at the 26. And one of the things that this gives you a chance is to work a little bit on your 2-minute offense for later in the season. And we do know, Neil, that Walton slipped or missed on a tackle on Allen, the outside receiver, earlier that wound up a touchdown. So maybe they're thinking, hey, maybe that'll happen again. 12-0 South Walton. They want to throw. Roberts looking left side. Got a big cushion. It's complete. And Walton's going to ride the man down around the 43.
I believe that was 3 Cade Roberts.
It was. Enough for a first down, which will stop the clock while they move the chains. But there's only, 8 seconds left?
Yep, 7.8, and they'll use a timeout.
Well, the Hawks are, I guess, going to take a deep shot down the field here.
Ball on the 42, so that was a 16-yard gain.
Braves have been very aggressive defensively, but you're kind of a little scared to go hard after the quarterback and turn somebody loose. Unfortunately, Neil's favorite prevent defense package doesn't usually turn out too well either. 'Cause we've seen that go badly, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen when they put in actually 5 defensive backs, and they'll still turn somebody wide open behind. Let somebody get behind 5 defensive backs.
Oh, we're taking a 2-minute break at the half, and then we will come back, show you a little bit of the band. We got Haircrafter halftime stats, which not going to be real pretty for the Braves for the second week in a row. Not a huge South Walton crowd. They've got some people here, but they have not been known. And another flag.
Penalty flag.
This came from the umpire there, it looked like.
Yep. Delay a game.
No, I think that was an improper equipment again.
Okay,
I think that's what that signal.
They marked it off that time.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? That's South Walton. I think I'd be a little bit like, hey, what was that on the other side over here? Like, you're ahead, so we're going to penalize it. First and 15.
Well, that is the first penalty on South Walton this game. That's not counting the offset personal foul.
Right. They'll throw the little hook and ladder. And that's a nice catch, and they're going to get it to the Walton 47. Well, 46-yard line. That's 33, but the catch was actually made by number 21, who lateraled it back, so he gets the reception. And that might be when your program has some fun. Is there any time left on the clock?
0.6 seconds.
Oh, wow. So they're going to get an extra play here. Woo. And South Walton will use their final timeout to get them to the 47. And they're going to probably try to throw it down the field now, you would think. Hope for an interference to keep it going. Just kind of dragging it out. I believe 21 caught it, Neil, about the 43. So he would get the reception. Then the guy you lateral it back to, from where he catches it, is where the yardage for the receiver goes.
So who's the guy who ran it then?
Was it 33, I believe? I think it was Tyler Mitchum who finished with it, I think. Again, I'll have to look at but the reception went to 21 Page. The old hook and ladder, one of Jim Anderson's favorite plays down at Freeport. They've used it for some nice gains over the years.
Yep. So they gained, let's see, so if my math is right, 6 yards on the pass, but then another 10 yards on the run.
Well, it's still part of receiving. It's just he doesn't get a reception. He just gets the 10 yards receiving, the guy who finished with it. It's a little complicated. Again, when I do the scoring charts, that's one of the ones I'll fix. I'm not sure your program's going to be able to have fun with that.
I think I got it.
All right, they got 3 stacked at the top of the screen on the last play of the half, barring a penalty. Thrown deep down the field into a crowd, and it's incomplete. And that probably worked out about as well for the Braves as it needed to. They got to regroup because they are down to their county rivals who lost the first 8 in the series but have won the last 2 and are up in this one 12-0. 2-minute break along our network line, and then we'll be back with the halftime show after this from TV 24.
McLean's Family Restaurant is becoming a byword for home-style cooking in Defuniak Springs. In addition to fine menu selections, McLean's offers the largest buffet selections in the area. They feature lunch and dinner buffets 7 days a week, with breakfast buffet on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at 7 a.m. That's McLean's Family Restaurant, Highway 331 South in Defuniak Springs.
It's a simple, easy feeling, knowing who you're talking to. Someone who you know, someone who knows you, someone who'll take the time to hear what's on your mind. Someone who you know, who just wants to help you grow.
Defuniak.
Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND. Save this number, keep in a safe place. Speed dial it on your phone. Unexpected things happen in life, and your friends bail, but not you. You're in jail with no help. Call, we will be there for your rescue. Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND, and leave the rest to the professionals. We have your back, a friend indeed when you're in need. Just make that call. Mark J. Harris Bail Bonds, 850-951-BOND.
South Walton's band on the field, and we will listen in to them for just a moment while I work the stats. 12-0 South Walton at the half. into the South Walton Band. We'll listen to Walton here in just a few moments. In this halftime, 12-0 Seahawks with the lead. I want to remind you on Saturday that South Walton's cross country will head to Panama City Bay to take part in that meet. South Walton's JV volleyball team will play in a Gulf Breeze tournament, and the South Walton swim team will take on Choctaw down in Destin at the Aquatic Center at 1 o'clock. Monday, of course, is Labor Day holiday, so not much on hand there. And here in a moment, we'll get you to listen to the Walton High Braves before taking a 2-minute break and coming back with the Haircrafter halftime stats. We'll listen into a couple of minutes with the Braves. On Tuesday, when we get back to school, it'll be middle school basketball. Ponce de Leon's middle school hosting Bethlehem. 4 games starting at 4 o'clock, girls and boys. Shoal River will be at Emerald Coast Middle School for volleyball at 4:30 and 5:30. The Port St. Joe volleyball team will be at Freeport at 5 o'clock. That's your TV 24 game of the week, which will air next Friday before the Walton Arnold pregame show. Should start around 5 to 5:15, leading in to the football game. Destin will be at Freeport Middle School volleyball. Now that's set for 5 and 6 o'clock. And West Florida Tech will come to South Walton. The Lady Braves just beat West Florida Thursday night in their first district volleyball match in 5 sets over here at the gymnasium to go to 1-0 in the district. So congratulations to Marla Harold Brooks and the volleyball team. Now I think they're 8-2 after the first 10 matches, losing to Baker in a tough one on Tuesday. But they are off to a really good start under Coach Marla Harrell. And you see the band getting set up. We're going to listen into a couple of their songs before heading off to break. Got the stats in, mainly because it just wasn't a lot to throw out there for the Walton High Braves, trailing 12-0. Down the road in Freeport, we want to mention quickly, the Bulldogs trail Pike Liberal Arts 21-13 at the half. So the Bulldogs down 8, the Braves down 12. The Hawks the only team winning. We knew one of these two were going to win tonight. Let's now listen into the Braves, a couple of their songs before we take a break and come back with the statistics. So here is the Walton High Band.
Do you ever wake up one day and look in the mirror and not recognize
Excellent performance by the Walton High Band. Right now we're going to take a 2-minute break along network control, 2-minute break, and be back with the Haircrafters halftime stats. All that coming up for you here in just a few moments. Seahawks leading here up in Defuniak Springs, 12-0 over the Walton High Braves. Back with the numbers in just a moment.
Not only does AA Auto Salvage and Recycling have the largest selection of used auto parts in Walton County, we are also a full-service recycling facility. We pay top dollar for junk cars, trucks, and all types of scrap metal. AA Auto Salvage and Recycling is family owned and operated and has been in business since 1988. Give us a chance to earn your business. Come see us today.
We're excited to announce the move to our new, much larger store location at 512 North 9th Street, Defuniak Springs, Florida, across the street from Barley's Military Surplus Store and about 3 blocks north of our old store location. Please come see our new store and learn about our plans to expand our operation to include a consignment mall and much more. If you're coming from out of town, it is worth the drive. Come see us soon. It will be a blast.
The UPS store is now open at the shops at Freeport. Printing products, printing services, small business solutions, mailbox services, packing services, shipping, mailing. They have freight, including total shipping, office products and supplies, notary service, shredding, UPS next day air. We have luggage boxes, packing, ship guarantees, electronic packaging, stamps, metered mail, priority mail. Whew, we can't even get through all this. Just stop by the UPS store, located near Publix.
Do you need new flooring? If so, you need to go to Evans Carpet City. Evans has the best selection and price on wood flooring. Evans also offers professional installation for your flooring to look great. They also have ceramic tile, vinyl, and the best selection of carpet in the Panhandle.
About set to get underway in the second half, and the Walton will go on defense. Let's take a quick look at the Haircrafter halftime stats. Neil, we'll have a lot of time here, but just to give us a quick glance over.
Yep, some of the important numbers right there. Notice Braves only 2 first downs in the first half to 11 for South Walton. Braves 52 yards rushing, no passing for 52 yards of offense. South Walton 2 yards rushing, 179 passing for 181 yards of offense. Partially offset by those 2 turnovers by the Seahawks and only 1 by the Braves.
Yeah, Neil, as you mentioned, just 2 yards of rushing. They matched their total last week against Arnold, so they have another half to add a few more. Hawks, of course, on the better end of the score. Now, there's not much to talk about on Walton's side of the ball.
Nope, not at all. Nothing, no passing yards, and Young Shipman, the leading rusher, 12 carries for 42 yards.
Yeah, just no receiving, so nothing there. South Walton Roberts, a pretty decent first half despite being sacked 2 or 3 times.
Yep, 156 yards of offense right there, of passing yards, and Allen, the leading receiver, 4 catches for 92 yards, and one of them was for a touchdown.
And, of course, we have to wait and see if he's able to return. He left the field with about 2 minutes to go, having to be helped off, so we'll see if he returns. Right now up 12-0. Hawks, it feels fairly comfortable, but, Neil, you and I know, 1 score by the Braves, and it's right back to a tight ball game. So
yes, it is.
Walton will kick it off, and Neil, is that ball laying flat on the tee, kind of, or in an angle? This is number 4 kicking, Isaac Moondragon, and he will line it, and it's hit at the 25 and scooped up finally by a Seahawk who doesn't go very far, maybe gets near the 30. Let's see if we can figure out who it was who's got the football. It winds up in a lineman's hands. Number 55 wound up with it. That is Blake Whitson. And I think he, technically touched it first at the 25, so. So from the 30, the Seahawks will have it 1st and 10. Pretty good field position, but they've had better. They lead 12-0, and one more score might be enough to get a W tonight. They'll go left side. There's a little hole into the Brave defense, but not a lot. Let's see who gets off the pile. Number 33, I think that's Tyler Mitchum, the junior. Braves defense, you got number 5, Cody Yates. 55, Adrian Good. 76, the defensive tackle, Kamon Miller.
It looks like the Braves, one of the Braves lined up almost on the Seahawks backfield. He was so far offsides.
Yeah, this is getting kind of ridiculous with these offsides penalties. I mean, it's free yardage. You're keeping teams dry. We saw it a bunch. I mean, it's just looking at the football. That's a terrible penalty to commit. It's got to be driving the coaching staff crazy. Up to the 38, so now it's, what, 2nd and 2 instead? So, again, young team. A lot of players were on the JV last year. They've lost a lot of people. It's going to be a growing pain year, which translates into probably not many wins. Unless something changes. Number 10 gets past one and gets past another. He's got a first down. Slip and tackles to the 48. Walton did not wrap up well and gives up a 10-yard run to Cade Rowland, a senior. There's a Cade Roberts and a Cade Rowland. Cade Roberts is 3, Cade Rowland's 10. So I apologize. I sometimes mix those up.
Yep, out to the 48-yard line. That's a 10-yard gain for the first down.
Again, Braves playing without 3 or 4 players that played last week. That probably hasn't helped situations. Walton's defense has got to make a stop. They can might give up a field goal and still be in it. Should give up another touchdown, and it's probably sayonara. Roberts zips it complete to Jaden Page. Jaden Page gets blocked down to the 35. That was a very nice throw by Roberts, who got leveled. 2 Braves just drilled him. But number 21 gets him down to the 35.
So a 17-yard gain. Now the Hawks are starting to pick up yardage in big chunks.
Yeah, that was a very nice throw by Roberts. From the 35, 1st and 10. Seahawks on their opening possession. Played 12-minute quarters in high school football. Roberts just threw that one away.
Yep.
Tried to zing it into the side, and again, Roberts had some heavy pressure coming at him. It'll be 2nd and 10 on the Walton 35. Again, this very easily could be 4-down territory if they don't go backwards much more. Freeport down 8 at the half to Pike Liberal Arts. Kind of picked Pike in that one. Seahawks started way early. This whole right side was... Neil, I think I do see J.M. Allen there, number 2 here on the near side.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, there he is, walking back. So it's good to see him back out there. He's probably the best receiver in the county this year so far, and he's kind of favored to be that way. Just the 2nd penalty on the Hawks.
So 2nd and 15 for the Seahawks.
Yep, Walton 40-yard line. Opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Hawks lead. They're the team in the white and green, 12-0. Roberts sometime, he is crushed. Boy, he became a beanbag, one of those bags, a bop bag that just swings around. He got drilled. There was 3 or 4 Braves there. And Roberts sacked for an 8-yard loss.
Back to the 48. So 3rd and 23.
The Braves have to make sure they don't give up a big play here. And Neil, they seem to be doing better when they bring pressure, when they try to cover the receivers, as a young defense again. That seems to be much more difficult when Roberts has time. He's got a pretty good arm. Trying to time the count. Roberts zings it, a little middle screen, and here comes a flag. This is coming back, but that was a nice grab. Oh, got away. I say it's coming back. Walton's tackling, not doing a great job. Let's see who it is. It's Allen with the catch, but I'm pretty sure there was an illegal block, or they might have been too far up the line of scrimmage on that.
Yeah, because there's a whole crowd there, and the linemen were right in the area where the flag is when the pass was caught.
Yeah, the longer they get together and talk, though. Ran a little underneath screen, little flags here at the 45. This is a huge call in the ball game because that is enough for a first down. The Braves didn't wrap up with the tackle. An eligible man downfield. I thought so. The line got a little too far away from the line of scrimmage, I think. Got a little too far up. That is a huge call to help the Braves out because they got burned there. And Neil, they would have had him short of the first down if the original, pile he ran into would have brought him down. They were very fortunate here to get this call. But I do think it's the right call. South Walton might not agree. Let's see where they're going to mark this back to.
So ineligible man downfield. They should start from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, should be a 5-yard penalty from the line. But weren't they at the Walton 48?
No, they're at their. Yes, they're at the Walton 48.
Yeah, so they penalized this 8 yards. I think they lost the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they took it from.
It should have been from the 49 of South Walton, and Walton's in the neutral zone. They're going to get 5 of it back.
They're going to get it right back.
Yeah. Braves want to kill the quarterback with that blitz, and they gave up 5 back to the 49. Really should be at the 48 of Walton's. That's where it should be.
It should be at the 48.
Yeah. Walton got 3 extra yards out of the miss mark, but I think the down marker floated away from the play there, which is a no-no. But it happens, and Walton stops him here. It's 3rd and a quarter of the field, and it won't be, maybe that big a deal. They're going to throw it up deep down there, and it is incomplete. That was good coverage. Let's give Walton some credit. Allen is kind of a jump ball, but the pass was well thrown, and now Walton's got a man down. That's not good. Braves can't afford any more injuries. I think he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yep, because he was actually a little bit out of position. He was behind the receiver, so he had to come around to knock that ball away. And so he was in an awkward position and got knocked to the ground awkwardly, knocking that ball away. But you have to give him credit. He made a good play on the ball.
Yeah, and injury timeout on the field. Let's check some scores, because we didn't have a chance to do that as they attend to the injured Brave, and I'm not even sure who it is yet. Now they get him up. I think it's Samari Williams, number 7, and boy, the Braves can't afford to lose a guy in the secondary because they're already young in the secondary. See if we can get scores up quickly through Score Stream. See what we got going on. All right, around the area. Baker 13, Vernon 6 in the 3rd quarter. Neil, we thought that'd be a pretty good game.
And I'm a little bit disappointed in Vernon for
Baker's pretty good defensively, so they're in it, though, in the 3rd in Baker. That ain't easy.
Yep.
Or is not easy. Our English teacher will get on me. 14-0 Fort Walton over Arnold 3rd quarter. Port St. Joe leads Mariana 14-3 at the half. Mosley 30, Gadsden County 7 at the half. And yeah, we thought Mosley would be in pretty good shape there.
Yeah.
Rocky 20, Snook Christian nothing, 3rd quarter. So Rocky may be on the way to a win. And Niceville's beating up East Ridge 35-3 in the 3rd. Choctaw leads Milton 28-7 in the 3rd. And we have a punt coming apparently for the Hawks. They are around midfield.
Yep, and the punter is
55, I believe. Yes. And he gets away a good one. Fielded on the 11. Braves trying to head outside, and he split the gap but got knocked down at the 17. Let's see who the Brave return man is. That's number 1, Matthew Bearden from the 11. That was a good kick by 55, Blake Whitson. Walton will start at their 17. And Neil, what kind of time are we looking at?
So 8:54 here to go in the 3rd quarter.
From the 12, is that the 12? No, 17.
17, yes.
17. But Neil, if you challenged your offense at the half to make something happen, well, boy, you need an 83-yard touchdown drive here to get back in it. First drive of the 3rd, Walton stood up with the help of that penalty. Now, can they do something on offense? They'll pitch it to the right. Lucius cuts away from one, cuts away from another, and that's a really good run just to get a yard. Yeah. There wasn't much there.
Yeah, on that far side, South Walton was bringing the house.
Centered the ball pretty much in the middle of the field on 2nd and 9. Dalton Whitehurst, your quarterback. And up 12-0, the Hawks are stacking that line of scrimmage because Walton has no threat of a passing game. And Neil, you remember the year, what was it, 2004, when it was Josh Nettles and Xavier Jackson, and Walton, I don't think, threw for 200 yards the whole season. Well, if things don't improve, we may see 200 as a lot.
Yeah.
Now, they haven't completed a pass in a game and a half of regular season action. No, I take it back, 1 pass for 24 yards. That was the halfback option. Timon messed up on that play. It was a good job by Whitehurst just to get it to his running back. I think that's Lucius again. Yep,
yes,
it is Jalen. And he gets it out to the 21, and quickly it's 3rd and 6. And Neil, they have really struggled on anything more than about 3rd and 2. In fact, have they had a 3rd down conversion? I didn't even look at your paper there. Let me see if I can find that real quick.
With only 2 first downs.
0 for 6, so no. This would be the 7th attempt of the game. They're 0 for 6 on 3rd downs. That does not bode well.
Yep, and looks like a little bit of confusion. We're down to 7 seconds on the play clock.
Deep eye set. They'll take, play fake. Whitehurst wants to throw. He's going to throw it right side, and his man got pushed down, or did he fall? Maybe
I think
he fell.
He was diving for the pass. Pass was thrown to the far sideline, and it landed out of bounds.
And on 4th and 7, Braves have really no choice but to punt. You can't give it away this close to your own position from the 21. So that didn't wow us. And now the Hawks are looking at very good field position unless Josiah Bauer can get off a really good kick. Bauer is way back there too. He's all back at the 6-yard line. Really deep. Not a good snap and not a good kick. If it'll roll though, it's not going to do much here. It gets to the 47 and dies. Yeah, that looked like he was a little too far behind the line.
That's a 32-yard kick with no return, and the Seahawks take over with 6:57 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Hawks lead 12-0.
Well, the Braves held it for 1:57, ran 3 plays, and gave it up.
So do we have to look for a defensive touchdown now?
You need 2 to win is the only bad thing there. But yeah, I'm thinking a quarterback strip sack or something like that. Roberts getting his receivers set. He's got 3 stacked. They're going to run a little fling screen to the near side. They've got it blocked fairly well. Walton's Isaac Jackson, his coach wanting a holding call, but he's not going to get one. That's a nice catch by Jaden Page, and Page has got a gain of near 9, and Walton's got an injured man. Two injured men. Now they have one down in front of the bench. They also have one way back at the 42-yard line. Might be cramps.
Well, the ball is spotted at the 38-yard line, so that was a 15-yard gain on that last pass play.
Yeah, looks like they're stretching out the Brave back at the 42. He's the one you can't see, and maybe the same thing here. It's a little humid, and it has gotten rather still out there. The flag is moving just barely. Not as warm as a lot of, Neil, you were talking about the weather. For 3 games in August, it hasn't been that bad. We've had it a lot worse, a lot muggier, a lot more humid over the years.
Oh, absolutely. This is the best August weather I ever remember for football.
Yeah, it's not been too bad. Unfortunately, the football has been a little rough for the Braves so far. And, Neil, again, you have to say this kind of sets up for what could be a very tough season. You lose your head coach literally 3 weeks before the start of the season. You've lost a bunch of players from the 2017 team, graduations, move-offs, a few kicked off the team basically. More move after the spring game. So this did not set up to, look like it was going to be a successful year. And we're just 2 games into the regular season. But, Neil, it has the potential to be a very long year for these young Walton Braves.
Yeah, perhaps, but there's
a long way to go.
A lot to be done yet.
Yeah, they're going to get better. You're just going to have to be patient. And there are some winnable games on the schedule. This one of them. Now, I'll be honest, I did pick South Walton to win this. I felt like the Roberts to Allen combination would be enough to find a way to beat the Braves. And so far, it looks like I'm going to be right, but there's a long way to go. In fact, Neil, what's on the clock while they're getting ready to get started?
Well, 6:43. Both Braves that were injured are off the field. One of them was Cody Yates, and the other was Samari Williams.
Yeah, so they're even younger now in a couple of those spots, playing without 4 players who were injured from last week. They'll take and give to the first man, and there's a huge hole left side. I think that's Tyler Mitchum. He's got the first down and all the way near the 20. I believe that's number 33, and that's
yes, it is.
The best run of the season so far for the Hawks.
Yeah, looks like down to the 20-yard line. That's an 18-yard gain and a first down.
And they'll take and give to the first man. Another huge hole to the 10, to the 5. Mitchum is down to just short. He's just short. He landed just short of the 1 yard of the end zone.
So that would be the 1 yard line. So a 19-yard carry.
And the Hawks are getting ready to extend the lead. All of a sudden, the Brave defense is getting gashed.
Yep. That's 3 straight plays of gains over 10 yards.
Yeah, and they are literally inches from an 18-0 lead. And they got it. Roberts, it's not Roberts. It's Rowland, number 10, gives the first man, and I don't think he made it in, no? See who they dig off the pile. That's Mitchum again, who came up just a bit shy. It'll be 2nd and goal. See where they spot it. Yeah, he really didn't gain anything there.
Yep, still just inches shy of the goal line.
2nd and goal. And this time it's Rowland.
I think he made it in. He dived under the pile.
Rowland on a 1 yard sneak.
Yep, 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And South Walton now with a 3-score lead.
Yeah, that looked way too easy. You say 5:30 on the clock?
Yep, 5:30 exact.
So Rowland on a 1 yard run.
And South Walton getting some players off. That's an unusual formation there. They look kind of short-handed.
And they burned a timeout, it appears, on an extra point. That rarely makes the coach happy unless it's for the game winner.
Yeah, they only had 9 players on the field. They ran 2 guys off, leaving them with 9, and they didn't run new guys on.
It is 18-0 from Freeport High. They are mid-third quarter. It's still 21-13 Pike Liberal Arts. Blake McCormick sent us a message saying penalties are killing the Bulldogs. So it's never good when you're committing penalties on your home turf to a team out of state. All right, 2-point conversion coming. It is a deep hold for the Braves now, 18-0 the score.
Well, it looks like South Walton is that number 8 they have? He's not on our list.
Come on in
roster.
A little tighter, see if we can get the number. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, okay, so that's Eli Robb. So...
And good snap. I think he got it.
Yep.
It is 19-0. That was nicely done by Eli Robb. We will step aside for a break. Braves in big trouble at home to the Seahawks on TV 24.
My wife Paula and I are honored to be a part of the legacy of service at Clary Glen Funeral Homes. For over 85 years, we have been here when you need us most. From founder John Page in the 30s and 40s to my wife and myself since the early 21st century, our sole focus is to honor our families that we serve with the utmost care and concern. Locally owned and family operated and celebrating 85 years of service, we are Clary Glen Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
It's a simple, easy feeling, knowing who you're talking to. Someone who you know, someone who knows you, someone who'll take the time to hear what's on your mind, someone who you know, who just wants to help you grow.
Okay, this is a really deep set for the running back. They'll hand it off, and there's a nice run by Jalen Lucius. It's going to be up near the 49. Neil, did you mark the line of scrimmage as the 43, I think? Or did you go 44?
I had it at 43.
Yeah, okay. 2nd and 1. I think the chains were a little further up the field than the ball spot, but that happens sometimes.
Up to the South Walton 48-yard line, so it is 2nd and a long one.
Yeah, it should have been probably right at 1, but it's more like 1.5, 1.33 yards. Still, they're into Seahawk territory. Toss it to the near side, trying to stretch it out, and Walton's should have the first down near the 46 of the Hawks.
I believe that was Lucius again.
It was.
Yep, mark it right at the 46-yard line, so a 2-yard gain, but more than enough for the first down.
Braves trying to get something positive going. Neil, what's the deepest penetration tonight into Seahawk territory? It hasn't been super deep, has it?
No, it has not.
They didn't get past the Mosley 30 last week. And they'll take a little bit of a delay handoff. There was a little bit of a hole there near the 42. Gain of 4, I believe. I think that was Jalen Lucius, number 15 again.
Yep, down to the 42. 2nd and 6.
Next we'll be at Panama City Arnold. We plan to carry the game live, but that's when we're on top of the roof. So if the weather is iffy, then that might not be a live game. It might be a taped game. If that, because up there is no protection. We cannot get the equipment wet.
Yep. We are getting pretty consistent rain showers this year, so even though we haven't had any rain during any games so far, it makes me wonder how long our luck can hold out.
Very true. They'll take and give it right back to Lucius, and he's down to the 35.
Good job leaning forward for a few extra yards.
And a first down.
Yep. Looks like down to the South Walton 34. Yep. Gain of 8.
Yep, on the 34, 1st and 10. Again, Braves, I do not believe this season have run a play inside the opponent's 30 yet. Hoping not to jinx them, but I just bring that up because that is a little bit rare for a game in almost 3 quarters. Now that does not include the Kickoff Classic, which is an exhibition game. Braves did score 2 touchdowns on varsity action in that one. Now toss pitch it to the near side. Lucius has got a hole. Lucius trying to cut it to the inside, to the outside, trying to take the ball away from him. There's a nice run, and the Braves now are in the red zone. Lucius protected the ball well. And it's going to be 1st and 10 near the 15. I do not see any penalty flags. From the 15. Whitehurst getting the play call. He's got 20 seconds on the play clock. We get into the deeper part of the 3rd quarter. 3:12 and counting. There's still a lot of time if Walton could punch one in. Gonna give it to Lucius, and this time there was nothing.
Yep, well, after giving it to him for 5 straight plays, South Walton was really keying on him. That's the 6th straight handoff to Lucius.
And he lost a yard that time. Hawks with a good defensive play. And I will tell you who are watching, there is some rain heading this way, and it's going to be awful close to the end of the game by the time it may get here, and it's moving very quickly. And it does have some lightning in it.
Yeah, that worries me. So
Yeah.
So in some ways, I like this running game because that keeps that clock going.
Yeah, it could be close. I think at the rate we're going, if we don't have a big delay or a lot of timeouts used, that we have a good chance to finish it right before they would have to stop the game. But the rain could fall apart. It does late at night a lot of times. They'll toss pitch right to Lucius. Lucius cuts it to the inside, finds a little seam and gets down near the 12, but it's going to be 3rd and about 7. It's obviously 4-down territory. A field goal really doesn't do the Braves much good. It would get them within 16 points, which would be 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, but that would seem to be a little far-fetched.
Yeah, because the way the game has played out so far, you really do need the touchdown here if you have any hope of getting back into this game, barring some sort of miraculous help from South Walton. We've got plenty of time on the play clock, 16 seconds.
Big down here for the Braves if they want to get closer into this one.
Yep, 3rd and 7.
Go with the I formation. They're going to roll Whitehurst. Whitehurst throws it up left side, and it's intercepted. Threw it into a crowd, and then they ran it out, which was not a good idea. J.M. Allen gets the pick, but he should have stayed in the end zone.
Yep, absolutely.
He runs it out a yard to the 1-yard line. And unfortunately, Neil, that was just a really bad throw there. Really bad decision. There was way too much coverage. And Whitehurst learning the role, but again, growing pains.
Minute 11 to go in the 3rd quarter, and South Walton takes over on their own 1-yard line.
Braves held at 4 minutes and 19 seconds, but get no points. Maybe the Braves can post a safety.
Yeah, the defense put some points on the board.
Now, South Walton and Arnold each got a safety last week in their game.
It's been a while since we've seen 2 safeties in a game.
Yeah, it was last week. Somebody's got the lights on over there pointing toward the stadium. That sometimes happens. Referee actually having to go out. I think they got the gate locked on that side. I tell them to turn their lights out. That happens at times around here. There it goes. All right, so from the 1, it's going to be 1st and 10. Expect the Hawks to run out. Braves nearly jumped off sides.
Yep, they tried to draw the Braves, and they
almost did it, yeah. Taking the clock down. Of course, it's not running, but the play clock is running. You can see at the top right corner. Wanting to throw, Roberts lofts it over. Page makes the catch. Are you kidding me? Is he looking at a 99-yard touchdown?
Yeah, he's not quite.
One Brave, I don't know. He's not going to get him, and Walton's defense just gives up the ultimate embarrassment, a 99-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Page. Come in over on Page. He deserves it. That was a nice play. School record, there's no doubt about that.
Yep.
Nicely done. Neil, what's our time?
So 55 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and South Walton has added another touchdown.
I'm assuming that was Roberts, but I'm honestly not sure now because Roland was in there a while ago, so I'm not sure who the quarterback was. Neil, any ideas?
I was assuming it was Roberts,
yeah,
but
I'm guessing so, but I might be wrong. Extra point. I believe that's number 8, and I think he got it again.
Yeah.
26-0. Oops. Skipped up one note. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Will you, might be the question.
Tires, tires, and more tires. National Tire Brokers in Defuniak Springs has the largest inventory of tires in Northwest Florida and South Alabama. Michelin, Goodyear, Toyo, Kumo, BF Goodrich, Cooper, and much more. Check out their low prices on quality products and services. Established in May of 1976, National Tire Brokers' reputable staff of trained professionals has given their clients the safe, dependable performance with their premium tires. No local dealer stocks more RV and truck tires than National Tire Brokers. No one. Quick, convenient, courteous service. That's National Tire Brokers, your truck tire headquarters, Highway 90 West, Defuniak Springs.
Going after somebody.
Yep. I see a couple flags down.
Yeah, that's probably going to be offsetting once again, you would think, but we'll see. All right, Lucius fielded it at the 15 up to the 33. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like that rain that's coming this way is starting to fall apart, so we might get lucky and maybe it won't get here.
Well, the referee with the football, looks like he's going to spot it at the 28 if they don't move it from the penalty flag.
And they're still talking. Now, when South Walton was here 2 years ago and won, there was a lot of yapping going on, and South Walton was responsible for a good part of it, but the Braves are frustrated now at this point, so you can't say that it's all on them. It takes two to tango. And this game meant a little something to these two teams because it's a region game, which really has no meaning. You have to win games to earn points. I don't think Walton County has a playoff team this year, but South Walton, they win a couple of games, they might get in at the number 6 spot. Their schedule, though, is brutal in mid-October. Unsportsmanlike on the Seahawks, and let me guess. Oh, look, on the Braves, too.
Yep.
Oh, and another one on the Braves. Are guilty of 2 out of 3. That's not good.
Yep, so they will mark it back.
So that means the kickoff return went technically to the 29 because that looks like the 14-yard line. So Braves get charged with 2 of those. And that doesn't help the offense, which needs a lot of help right now. It's early in the season, but it's not looking good. Yeah, just across the 13, I think. $26-0. Braves in the blue, South Walton in the white. And the Seahawks looking at their 3rd straight win after losing the first 8 in the series. And that's kind of the way Freeport and them win. I think Freeport won like the first 8, and South Walton's won the last 4, so they had to get buried early to fight back. Walton and Freeport play in a couple of weeks. South Walton and Freeport played a kickoff, but that's an exhibition game. They'll toss pitch near side. Ooch, and not a lot there. I think that's Lucius. Waiting to dig him off the bottom of the pile. Nope, maybe not. 22 young Shipman, I believe, that time. Xavier Young Shipman. Yeah, he didn't go very far.
I think you got it past the 14.
I think it's on the 14.
So no gain then.
Tyler Mitchum, yeah, I think the back of that's still touching the 14. So, yeah, I'm going to say 2nd and 10. Walton gives up a 99-yard touchdown pass.
Well, that
was bad.
And they didn't get it off in time, so that's the end of the third quarter.
Well, at least it's not a delayed game penalty. We'll go with because I thought that's what you were fixing to say. Nothing much going right if you're a Braves fan. 26-0 at the end of 3. We will be back in 60 seconds with the final 12 minutes of action. Seahawks in control on TV 24.
The UPS store is now open at the shops at Freeport. Printing products, printing services, small business solutions, mailbox services, packing services, shipping, mailing. They have freight, including total shipping, office products and supplies, notary service, shredding, UPS next day air. We have luggage boxes, packing, ship guarantees, electronic packaging, stamps, metered mail, priority mail. We can't even get through all this. Just stop by the UPS store, located near Publix.
Dad, I want waffles. All of them.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's go to McLean's.
When you want breakfast done right, treat the whole family to the breakfast bar at McLean's Family Restaurant. Get a perfect Southern breakfast every Saturday and Sunday morning at McLean's Family Restaurant, Defuniak Springs.
We're back at Everett Yates Memorial Stadium. The Walton Braves about to have the football from their own 14, looking at 2nd and 10, and just a lot like Mosley last week, not a lot's going right. And this game really got away from the Braves on the first possession of the third quarter, actually second possession of the third quarter, when the Hawks got a fair catch interference penalty, which was a penalty, but it started them on a drive to put them up 19-0, and that pretty much ended the night of a chance at a win for the Braves. And now Walton calls timeout. This team is just so young. They burn a timeout to start the fourth quarter. That's never good, except when you need one, I guess. Let's do some other scores from around the area. Freeport is down 34-20 to Pike Liberal Arts.
Yeah.
And they just started the fourth quarter, so there's still time for the Dogs, but
there is, but that's not a good trajectory for them.
No, Blake says just way too many penalties on the Bulldogs in that one. And again, this is why I pull for the teams in Walton County to play each other, because Walton and Freeport play each other. One of them's going to win in 2 weeks, and that might be the only win either one of them get this season. We don't know that, but it could be. All right, let's find the other scores of some other games that are a little more entertaining than this one. At least if you're a Walton fan. Let's see what we got. Baker now leads Vernon 19-6 in the fourth quarter. So it looks like the Gators at home are doing well. Mariana scored a touchdown, but trails Port St. Joe 14-9. Fort Walton leads Arnold 14-0 in the fourth quarter. Rocky Bayou leads Snook Christian 35-14 in the third. And Mosley a 33-7 lead in the third against Gadsden County. So they're in control in that one. All right, Dalton Whitehurst and company trying to get something going. They were moving the ball well, but got inside the red zone and couldn't get anything to happen. Whitehurst throws it up. It is caught by number 7 of the Braves, and number 7 of the Braves out of bounds, and nearly a late hit there.
A completed pass.
Yeah, Samari Williams. Dalton Whitehurst's first completion on the varsity. And it's a nice gain. Is there? There's a flag back at the 7. Now they roughed Whitehurst, I think. Yep, so they're going to add 15 more on there, so that'll help Walton.
All right, let's see. Looks like they ran him out of bounds right around the 33 or the 34.
Yeah, as soon as they mark off the penalty, we'll be able to figure out the yardage because the line of scrimmage was the 14. And they go to the 49, so that means the pass play would have gone to the 34, so a 20-yard pass and a 15-yard penalty. And Walton is now all of a sudden at midfield, which is good. Whitehurst back out there. And the Braves starting quarterback last year, Kentrell Parker, had rotator cuff surgery in May and not playing football this season. Hopes to be back for basketball, which is about 2 months away. 2.5 months, actually 3 months away. Keep forgetting, this is only August still. Lucius tries to go short side, and there's just no place to go. It's a good job by the South Walton D. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Now the volleyball team's off to a good start. The football team is not. Cross country will get moving here pretty soon. The soccer team is having workouts under Coach Steve Klosterman starting September the 4th. The soccer team at Walton has not had much success. The boys a lot more than the girls, but the girls, which Coach Klosterman's a very good coach, he's going to get them on the right track, but it's just a sport that hasn't really taken hold at Walton. And they play it in November, December, and January, where it's freezing up here part of the time. It's hard to draw fans when you're freezing in the stands. They'll give it to Lucius. Lucius has got a little hole and gets ahead for 5, maybe 6. It'll be 3rd down and 5 or 6. Call it 4. You got it just inside the 46. I think we might have the water. No, we got another injured Brave. I think that's Matthew Bearden, and that's not good.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, Braves are becoming a mash unit in the 2nd game of the season. That's never equals out well to success.
Yeah, looking like it might be leg cramp.
Whitehurst back out there with 15 seconds left on the play clock.
Yep, we're approaching the 10-minute mark of the 4th quarter.
And off right side, and I think they're going to have the 1st down. Lucius to the 40. Did a pretty good job to kind of twist the body there to get that final yard. 26-0. Braves go to Arnold next week. They will be probably 4-touchdown underdogs. Then back here for Freeport in a game that'll probably be a bit of a toss-up. Walton might be a slight favorite, but that's hard to know for sure. Know a little more about Freeport after they host Bonifay next week.
And also when we see the injury report, too, because the Braves are missing some starting linemen right now.
Yeah, Walton got away with a hold there.
Lucius
goes one of Walton's linemen just turned around and grabbed the side jersey and pulled on the Hawk to keep him from beating him. And the referees, I think, saw it and let it go because of the score, is my guess, at the 34. They haven't thrown a lot of flags tonight, which is fine by me.
There's not been a single holding
play. But it hasn't really affected the game, I don't think. South Walton has just got the better offense and defense. The Braves are so young. Neil and I have been through quite a few of these over the years. They're tough. The youthful seasons. And off Lucius, dancing in the hole, and might have gotten a yard. And then again, might not have.
It had been at 34, and it looks like that's where they're marking the ball. Right on the 34. 3rd and 4.
Yep.
3rd and 4 from the 34. Funny how it works out. Yep, and the clock keeps ticking. So we're about 2 minutes away from the water break here in the 4th quarter.
Well, they'll go to Lucius trying to sweep left, and Lucius outside. Wow. There's a little hole. Lucius to the 20, to the 10. Can Walton get their first touchdown? I think
he's in.
They'll give it to him. Yeah, I think he got in. It was close. And Walton is finally on the scoreboard in the 2018 season.
8 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, and the Braves are on the scoreboard.
8 minutes and 4 seconds, you say?
Absolutely.
Well, at least they won't get shut out. Neil, what was the yardage on that Lucius run?
So that was a 34-yard run.
And the extra point, let's get in tight. I think that's Bauer. Yeah, Josiah Bauer. Holder is number 5, Cody Yates. Snaps to the inside, and that one is off to the right. It nearly got blocked.
Yep.
And that makes it 26-6. Braves down 3 scores, but hey, they're on the scoreboard. Glad to see not a shutout, at least. Back in 60 seconds on TV 24.
At AA Auto Salvage and Recycling, we have the largest selection of pre-owned auto parts in Okaloosa and Walton counties. AA Auto Salvage and Recycling has the best selection of parts from late model cars and trucks, and always for the best prices. Save on engines, transmissions, and body parts too. If you're tired of paying too much for auto parts, visit AA Auto Salvage and Recycling, Highway 1087 in Mossy-Head.
Hi, I'm Joel Glenn and my wife Paula. We are with Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport. For more than 85 years, Walton County families have relied on the trust, experience, and professional skill of more than 2 generations of funeral directors to help them through life's final chapter. We know that nothing can replace the trust and personal relationships we build with a family. Established in 1931, Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications.
They're really set up for an onside
start
kick.
their career as
Walton's
soon
having a
as
hard
they
time
complete.
getting the ball where they want it. They got 20 seconds to get it figured out. They're probably going to try some kind of little squibber, I would think. Nope, they kicked it down the field. It will be fielded on the 20-yard line by number 10, and he navigates all the way up to the 42 or 43. That was Cade Rowland with the return. And from about the 42, the Hawks will have it, 1st and 10. So 26-6, Walton has scored. That's about the best we got for you if you're a Walton fan. Seahawks have played a pretty good game. The Jaden Page 99-yard touchdown was the ultimate backbreaker, but they were already up 19-0 at that point. Seahawks. Oh, bad snap, and the Braves missed it.
And he's going to get positive yardage out of that.
Yeah, almost a late hit there. And that was number 4, Drake Roberts, so I'm assuming he's the one then who probably threw the touchdown pass. I'll look at the tape. If I'm wrong, we'll fix it in the box score for the Heralds. Yeah, he turned that play into a gain of, what was that, 5?
Gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, from the 42. Yep, you're right. Lost my mark there. He'll flare it left side. That's a nice little toss, and I think number 3 has got a first down into Brave territory. Yep, good job by Cade Roberts on the reception to the Walton 46. Marked it back a little bit, but it is a first down.
8-yard gain.
Well, we played 3 football games in August. That almost never happens. A kickoff and 2 regular season. The high school season for the Walton County teams will be over before the NFL reaches that midpoint. They'll flare it out right side, and it's a little too high.
A lot of room there if he had caught it.
Now they're trying to get it to Tyson Rogers, a senior, and just went off his hands.
2nd and 10.
Flare it underneath, a little crossing route again, and a lousy tackling by Walton, and it's going to be a touchdown unless there's a flag down. That was a good catch by Zach Green.
Yep, all the way to the end zone. 7 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the fourth. And that should about, if there was any doubt, there shouldn't be much now.
How long was that pass?
So, 46-yard touchdown pass. So, South Walton is starting to crank out quite a few passing yards here in this second half.
I think that's number 8 again to kick.
Yep. Eli Robb.
Robb, yep. See if he can make it 33-6. I think he pulled that one. Yep, that one's no good. So 32-6 is our score. A long football game, I called that. Although 9:20 at night real time is not awful. Let's step aside for 60 seconds on TV 24.
We're excited to announce the move to our new, much larger store location at 512 North 9th Street, in Funiac Springs, Florida, across the street from Barley's Military Surplus Store and about 3 blocks north of our old store location. Please come see our new store and learn about our plans to expand our operation to include a consignment mall and much more. If you're coming from out of town, it is worth the drive. Come see us soon. It will be a blast.
Mojo Sportswear Company, fishing with style at a fine retailer near you or at getyourmojoon.com.
Seahawks set to kick it away. And this one's might go out of bounds. Nope, stays in the field to play. Fielded on the 12 by the Braves, who are trying to stretch the field with it a little bit and did a pretty good job to get it back around the 26-yard line. I think that was number 20, Josiah Bauer, on the return.
Yes, it was.
And from the 12, he did a pretty good job. He had to go a long way because they kicked it toward the corner. And they put it, where is that?
Right at the 27.
Yep, 27. So, 32-6 is our score. Hawks have had a good second half. Led 12-0 at the half in a game that was pretty even. Outscored them 20-6 in the second half. Walton back out there on offense. All you can do is keep going in it and hope for better days ahead. Whitehurst wants to throw. He's got a man wide open, and number 7 drops it.
He couldn't pull it in. Oh.
It's Amari Williams. That tells you what it's been like so far this year so far. It might not have been a touchdown, but it would have been a big game. Some years are like that. Young team, growing pains, and it's going to be an awful lot of them. Braves' schedule is not the most difficult they've ever played, but as young as they are, every game is going to be a struggle. They should get better, but this was a game that was winnable. There's some others we think that are winnable, but they're going to have to play better than we've seen in the first 2 games for that to happen. But again, youth, maybe it'll kick in about the 5th or 6th game. We hope before then, but if not. They'll take and give to Lucius, and Lucius head down near the 30, maybe the 31 or 2. Jalen with the carry.
Yep, looks like the 32 is the mark, so that's a 5-yard gain, making it 3rd and 5.
Pike Liberal Arts has scored again against Freeport. It's now 41-20 Pike, so they're going to get the W.
They are in control of that one.
3rd down for the Braves. Fort Walton Beach leads Arnold 21-0. They'll toss pitch at left side, and Walton's Lucius is
going to lose.
Now you got to the 33. You got a kind spot on the far side. He's going to get a yard.
Yep, looks like the 33 is the mark. So 4th and 4.
And Bauer looks like he's going to punt.
And they stop the clock for, I believe, the water break.
Yep. Well, let's do scores, because there's not much else to talk about here. Let's see what we got around the area. Now, Port St. Joe and Mariana got a good game going tonight. It's 14-9 Sharks in the fourth quarter, so Mariana's held with them. That kind of scares me for later.
Yes.
Mosley 33-7. They haven't updated that one lately. Baker beats Vernon 19-6. So, though Vernon has a good part of the Walton and Freeport roster on their team, they still weren't good enough to beat Baker.
I guess not.
Choctaw leads Milton 35-21, but the Panthers have rallied a little bit in that one. Florella up the road is down to Cottage Hill Christian 21-7 in the third quarter. This one's tighter than I expected, Neil. Chipley leads Graceville in the fourth quarter, but just 22-18. That's a pretty good little football game there.
Yeah.
Crestview leads the St. Martin out of Ocean Springs, Mississippi Yellow Jackets 17-14 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
That sounds like a good game.
Uh-huh.
And now all of a sudden, I lost the scoreboard here somehow. Trying to get rid of somebody.
Well, that's number 11 that was down for the Braves, Kazari Freeman.
Yep. Freeman.
So, but he's up and walking now.
Looking for more scores, but I'm not seeing... Niceville beat East Ridge 42-17. Jay crushed Cottondale 40-0.
Boy, that's going to be a rough year for Cottondale then.
Yeah, well, Chris Obert is coaching them, and they lost their coach right before the season like Walton did here with Jimmy Ray Stevens leaving, so that really never helps your program when a coach disappears within the first month of the kickoff of the season, so. All right, from the 33, looks like Bauer will kick it away. Now the blue and white looking for better days in the future. So we got 8 more games to play. And they run a fake. Can he get outside? Can he get outside?
No.
He didn't even get back. Well, he did. He kicked a couple, but he needed 4 and he got 2. Number 5. Walton's got some big linemen, but they're not extremely versatile in moving out to pick up some of the blocks. They're big, but they're not real fleet of foot might be the best way. Neil, what do we got left on the clock?
So 5:32 to go in this ball game. South Walton leads 32-6, and they are in great field position. So,
so you got that on the Walton 36-yard line.
Yep, still have Robert still in at quarterback, though it looks like they've substituted a couple of receivers. Nope, that's still the starters. And off tackle to try to get the clock going. Number 41 for the Seahawks.
That is McDaniel Sumrall, who usually plays on defense, but he got 2 there. That is Roberts, rolls right side, and that's a nice sliding grab near the 30 for number 3, Cade Roberts.
Yep. They mark it, is it at the 29 or right on the 30?
It's on the 30.
All right.
Well, the Seahawks go to Northview next week and then host Mariana. That should be 2 pretty interesting games. They'll be a huge favorite over Snook. And then they'll hit the 3 that they are going to be significant underdogs. Maybe even 4. They host Rutherford. They still could win 3 or 4 games. I don't know that anybody in Walton County could be 500 or better. Freeport went 5-5 last year, but that was the Kwan Powell era. Allen makes the grab and is going to have the first down near the 20. Glad he got back out there. Worried about him after he got banged up in the first half of play. They can ill afford to lose him. The Seahawks have virtually no running game, but they throw the ball pretty well. And that's why I thought they'd beat Walton, and they have proven that, yes, having the more experienced team is the fact. It'll be a third straight and second in a row here after losing the first 8 in the series. And they'll give it straight up the middle, and number 41 pulls inside the 15 near the 13.
So 2nd and 4 after a 6-yard run.
Give it back, I think, to Summerall, and this time Walton's got him. Dakota Givens and Austin Harris in on the tackle. Yeah, I think he lost a yard back to the 15.
Makes it 3rd and 6.
And Walton is in the neutral zone, and it was the nose tackle who's right over the football that jumped, Neil. That's not good.
That's not.
That's
you're
really not
looking
good.
right at the football.
Yeah. And he's immediately summoned to the sidelines. Yeah, that did not work out well for him. And it's August 31st. We played 3 games. And the first 2 have not been much to talk about. Hey, at least they scored, though. Walton did score, because I was afraid we were looking at a shutout. Remember that weird season we had, what was it, 2001 or 2, where the Braves had 6 games that were shutouts? They got shut out 4 times, but the 2 games they won were by shutouts. That was an odd season. Odd season. Handoff left side, and driving to near the 6 goes the Hawks. I think that's Summerall again, 41. He's near the 5. Hey, he's actually inside the 6, near the 5. Waning moments of this game. 2:44 left. First and goal. And this time they got Robertson. He got creamed, maybe inched it inside the 5. I'm not sure. Do you really want your starting quarterback running that play this late in the game? Let's go in tight on the football there, Jillian, for us. Get in tight. Keep going. Yeah, he did get it inside the 5, Neil, so we got a yard. The 2nd and goal from just outside the 4. Hawks have 14 seconds on the play clock, and they reach the part of the game where they're just trying to help the Braves out by letting as much clock run as possible, leading 32-6. Little flip pass. That's a pass forward to number 12, trying to get outside, and he's not going to score, but he's down to the 1. Little shuttle pass. We used to see Liam Miller run that play quite a bit for the Braves.
3rd and goal. Down to 1:20. 80 seconds to go.
And Neil, I have to bring that up, but boy, isn't it the fun years when you got the Rolacks and the Liam Millers, Kendall Nelsons, some of those that we still talk about. And when you don't and are breaking in a new one, it just, it kind of limits what you can do. They'll get there, but it takes time. 3rd and less than a foot. And the Braves bring the house, but they don't tackle Roberts. He cuts inside, and he's short.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was signaling touchdown.
Nope. Oh, maybe they did. I don't know. I don't see anybody holding their hands up.
The side judge on the far side was.
I'm not sure now.
Yeah, they just put it on the scoreboard.
Yeah. So that was, I believe, Roberts on the keeper.
So 44 seconds left. 1-yard touchdown run by Roberts. And somebody's injured.
Makes it 38-6, so we will not take a break with 44 seconds left after the extra point, because we'll be doing it for the end of the game to come back and throw a few numbers at you and then get out of here. Hey, it's a home game. I'll take a home game any day of the week over a road game, because those are not fun. And I'll tell you now, folks, we'll probably try to do the Arnold game live, but the Rutherford one, that's probably going to be tape delay, because there's no place for us to be in that press box. So you probably won't see that one live. Chipley and Bluntstown will just depend on the weather. But the Rutherford one at Tommy Oliver, we're probably going to go up high. They muffed the snap. Quarterback is running with it, and it fails, and that was number 10, Cade Rowland. It wasn't his fault, but the snap was not good. So the Rowland run fails. They haven't done real well on two-point conversions. It's the bright side is tonight, they haven't really needed them, but later this season they may need one of those to go their way, and maybe they'll get it then. They have not done it tonight.
Yep, the extra point kicks have not looked pretty, so either way they got something to work on.
Yeah, this might be, we haven't seen Freeport yet try to kick, and they might have the best kicker in here, but there's been much to talk about in the kicking game so far from what we've seen of these two. Usually South Walton has a kicker. Elliott Gamla hadn't been on the team last year. They might not have beat the Braves in overtime, but he made that field goal. Braves really gave that one away last year, leading 20-6. Hawks have earned the two they've won here, but that one, boy, talk about gift wrapping in one. Braves just gave that one away. 44 seconds left. This is an interesting kicking style, Neil, we're seeing with the ball flat here. What's up with this? I don't remember us seeing this near as often, and we've seen it more in this game than probably the last 5 years combined, maybe 10.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd just be afraid of kicking the thing sideways if you caught the wrong end of it. Picked up again on the 15 by the Braves. Trying to find the little seam. It's Lucius to near the 35. And the Braves will have a play or two. (38-6). Now this will go down. The Braves lost here 2 years ago. I think it was 51-27. And this will go down as the largest margin of victory by the Hawks in the series. 32 points is pretty significant. I'll let Kevin know. Kevin will give you a 2-minute break and then come back for the wrap-up segment. Give you 2 minutes if you got that programmed, because it's not going to be long, 1 or 2 plays. Neil, what do we have on the clock now?
Down to 38 seconds.
38 seconds, so 1 or 2 plays, depending on what the Braves decide to do. They do send Whitehurst back out there. So the Braves have now been outscored, Neil, if I get this right, 87-6 in 2 games.
Interesting, the single back. Out to the outside.
I think that's Harris, maybe number 28 on the carry, or am I? Yep, Austin. And he got out of bounds. Not sure that's a good thing. We've had some long seasons. Nothing will be as bad as 2011. That one was really, really bad. And we had a much worse schedule that year. From the 44. Was a gain of 6? 8. What'd you have, Neil, on that? 8? Gain of 8?
Actually, well, I think that's mismarked. I have a gain of 9.
No, you're right.
Up to the 49-yard line.
Yeah. Did they take a knee? Or did
Nope,
they miss?
they just let the clock run.
Oh, okay. I zoned out there for a second.
So that is it.
Yeah, that is it. 38-6. South Walton comes up and gets the win. Their 3rd straight in the series. We will take a 2-minute break and come back and talk about it for maybe 2 minutes on TV 24.
Hi, I'm Joel Glenn and my wife Paula. We are with Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory in Defuniak Springs and Freeport. For more than 85 years, Walton County families have relied on the trust, experience, and professional skill of more than 2 generations of funeral directors to help them through life's final chapter. We know that nothing can replace the trust and personal relationships we build with a family. Established in 1931, Clary Glenn Funeral Homes and Crematory.
Need tires? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need brakes? Where are you going to go? National Tire Brokers. Need shocks, an alignment, or balance? You're going to go to National Tire Brokers. Fast, friendly, and affordable. We are a complete auto service center and carry brand name tires such as Michelin, Toyo, Goodyear, Kumho, and Kelly. National Tire Brokers, located on U.S. Highway 90 West in Defuniak Springs, Florida. Call us today at 892-5191.
The world around you is changing. Are you ready? With many programs a year or less at Emerald Coast Technical College, you can have a career in a year. Emerald Coast Technical College is committed to empowering students and powering the future. Focused training, small classes, individual training, nationally accredited, financial aid, and GED. Emerald Coast Technical College graduates develop up-to-date technical skills and earn industry certifications that allow them to start their career as soon as they complete, sometimes before. Emerald Coast Technical College, a career in a year.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The Lecom Dental Offices in Defuniak Springs is now accepting patients. You will receive care in comfortable state-of-the-art treatment rooms, care provided by supervised and experienced Lecom dental students. To schedule your appointment, please call the Lecom Dental Office 850-951-0200. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Brave, though, if you were worried about the outcome, because it went 38-6 in favor of the Hawks. Walton was down 12-0 at the half. Outscored 26-6 in the second half. The one bright spot, the Braves scored 6 points, and that's better than being shut out. The one touchdown for the Braves, a Jalen Lucius 34-yard run. So a nice job by Jalen to get in the end zone. Play of the night was the 99-yard touchdown pass from, we believe, Drake Roberts to Jaden Page. That one we know. Fred Leopold said, hey, Jaden Page is going to make a big play tonight. Well, he did. School record 99-yard touchdown pass. That was awesome. Drake Roberts throws for 359 yards. Neil, is that number right? That's on 19 completions. Wow.
Yep, well, there were some big plays in the second half. It wasn't looking rather modest in the first half, but that second half...
well, again, 99 yards on one pass kind of helps.
Yep, that certainly does. That'll pad anybody's stats.
Walton, not much really to speak of. Total yards, they did have 190, but South Walton had 445 yards. Walton ran for 170, but a lot of that was late. Just couldn't cash in on opportunities. Defense made some plays in the first half. South Walton still has turnover issues. They committed just 2 tonight, but Walton had 2. But that's something that against teams that are, let's just say it, better than Walton, they've got to cut those numbers down. Neil, I will say Walton got a lot of pressure on Drake Roberts, but when they didn't, he made some really nice throws.
Yeah, he certainly did when there was no pressure, and certainly shows that there's some room for growth in the Braves secondary too, because there was usually, and you got to give some credit to South Walton too, the receivers did a good job of finding open spots in the backfield.
Yes, they did. I'll get you some more scores here in just a minute. Neil, any other, you got the stat sheets there too, any other things that you want to point out or your thoughts on this game? Because we thought that it would be a pretty competitive game, and for a half it really was. But boy, in the second half, Walton came out kind of sluggish, and the next thing you know, it's sitting at 28-0.
Yep. Well, penalties
26-0, and that was pretty much it.
The penalties did hurt the Braves much worse than it hurt the Seahawks. Braves had 7 for 55 yards. Seahawks only 4 penalties for 30 yards. And, we talked about turnovers. There was 2 of them apiece. Third down conversions for the Brave, only 2 of 11 for the game. That's 18%. So that's pretty ugly. The Braves they didn't do too bad on first downs. But seconds and thirds just really didn't work for them at all.
No, it did not. Just a rough night for the Braves. Let's hit the scoreboard real quick. We're looking for a Freeport final. Last time we heard they were down 41-20, so they also are not having a real good night. They've scored a few more points. Final. Pike 41, Freeport 28. So they scored, but they really weren't, a big threat to win that one in the second half. Let's scan the rest of the scoreboard. Rocky Bayou leads Snook Christian 41-14 in the fourth quarter. Fort Walton over Arnold, 21-7. Mosley, Gadsden County hasn't been updated in a while. Mosley all over that, 33-7. Baker beat Vernon, 19-6. Port St. Joe beat Mariana, 14-9. So the Sharks hold on to get the win. Crestview hadn't updated that one. They're up 3 on St. Martin in the fourth quarter, maybe. And not too many others. Milton has come storming back. Neil, it's now 35-28. Choctaw up with just one touchdown after having a 35-7 lead.
Wow.
That's a 21-point turnaround. Niceville beats East Ridge 42-17. Chipley holds off Graceville 30-24.
Huh.
So, and they had to play that game in Graceville, so that probably added a little more. Tigers might have had to overcome a little more than you usually do when you play them at home.
Yeah,
Let's be nice about that, I guess.
I'm gonna say that you know what we're talking about. It's about a 2-touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah, Chipley probably would have been about a 20-point favorite in Chipley and about a 6-point favorite. Wait, that's what they won by on the road. So, all right, so Freeport 0-1, Walton 0-2. South Walton is the only win in Walton County. The three teams, they combined 1-3. Freeport did not play last week, but they get Holmes County next week. They'll be underdog in that. Walton goes to Arnold. They'll be underdog in that. South Walton goes to Northview. I don't know. I don't know enough about Northview yet to handicap. I'm going to call it toss-up at the moment. I think South Walton's passing game is enough to hurt them, the Chiefs, but Northview's not easy to beat up there in Northview. And if it rains a lot and that field's nice and muddy like it often is when we go up there, the Chiefs who like to run that little, that bunch-tight wedge and just run it at you every play, they may be able to make life tough on the Seahawks in that one. Well, better luck for the Braves next time. Our next volleyball telecast will be Freeport and Port St. Joe. You'll see it next Friday before the Walton and Arnold game. Saturday Sports Line at 9 a.m. We recap this game, the Freeport game, give you scores from around the area. We'll show you a snippet of this game, maybe some highlights from Freeport. Depends if I have enough time to put that together. Look in perhaps at volleyball from the Walton-Freeport match from this last week. The volleyball team, the story so far, 8-2 on the year. I want to thank Emily and Jillian Casey, my daughters, for running the camera. Neil Reamer, as always, for the statistics. I'm Patrick Casey. We will hopefully see you live from Arnold in 7 days. That will depend on the weather and the spacing. We did it there 2 years ago, so I'm hopeful we'll get that one in live next week. Back here in 2 weeks for Freeport, and we know one of those two teams is going to get a win by then. So, somebody will get one. Again, this is why you play the county rivalry, so you at least win a game or two in your down seasons. Rough night for the Braves. I want to thank Kevin Chilcutt running the board tonight. Been a long night for him. Sure Sports Line at 9 a.m. Seahawks with the win pretty easily, 38-6 on the road. See you next week. Good night from Everett Yates Memorial Stadium.
They're not a bad football team. Bonifay, we really don't know a lot about them. All we know is that Raymond Hudson, their back, is a pretty good back. So if the Braves could just concentrate on him, which, we've seen the Braves defense doesn't do too badly. When we saw in Mariana, their first two possessions of Mariana committed to just a full house backfield. Walton's Braves defense does a pretty good job against that. So if that's the kind of offense Bonifay runs, I feel pretty safe.
Yeah, you too. Now, Chipley's got their quarterback, Jason Suggs, back in the lineup, so this will be a different Chipley team that comes to call next week. The starting quarterback back in action for them. The Braves defeated them without him in the lineup the last time. But we'll worry about that next week from Everett Yates Memorial Stadium, and we will be here with that telecast. We're going to try to stick through it as many of the home games, and the Braves could get quite a few if they can keep on winning tonight. We want to thank all of our sponsors, and of course, they make our broadcast possible. And these sponsors we're going to be calling on this next week because we do have to pay for the playoff games. I already know Sun Trust has said that they will back us, and we're going to try and visit a few of our other sponsors and see if we can get them to help us pay for the broadcast. We have to pay the state a fee to carry the football games. But we appreciate all of them during the regular season who have helped us, and of course they will help us throughout the basketball season, which will be starting this next Thursday as well. Talk about our crew tonight. Can't work with a better cast of characters than Neil Reamer, Kip Strickland, and Bill Lindsay when he's here, which we're going to have to get Bill for missing out tonight. I'm sure Bill's going to regret it after hearing how this game went. Ken Jackson, always one of the most helpful people that has ever worked in Walton sports. Sonny Yates still helps us out with advice and research. And once again, my good friend Neil Reamer, who's with us in our 7th season here as we wrap up the regular season. The Braves with a winning record at 5-4. This broadcast, of course, a presentation of